yourself in. You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's Friday, then it's Saturday, Sunday.
This is on you!
Tell us what we want to hear.
We need your help.
We're going to give it to him.
Just Anthony. He's going to get it all.
Let's get nasty on a Freedom Friday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns in for our guy, Andrew Marsh, who is suspended one more day. He'll be back, I think, on Monday. It is 2:01. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. And, boy, we got, I think, a loaded show today because we got some Cardinals news. We've got an elimination game to talk about probably between the Hurricanes and Canadiens. The NBA Finals have been extended. We got a Game 7 there. So a lot to get to. And for those in the snake pit, 101 ESPN YouTube channel, I received a gift the other day from the Walrus King. It's a T-shirt of the country of Africa, but it says Asia at the bottom for one of my many, many dumb answers in the Gauntlet. So Walrus King, I told you, I got it. I had something special planned. I thought no better way to unveil it than on a Freedom Friday. But Walrus King, thank you. Snake
You got to pull your camera down so they can see that the continent, it's the continent of Africa, but it actually says Asia.
Yeah.
Because you do know the difference.
Now, yeah.
Now, yes, correct.
I did then, too. But, you know, my mom always used to say, hey, slow down when you're taking these tests. You just don't just read through everything. Yeah. And clearly I'm still doing it wrong.
Well,
so
it happens.
We all learn.
It happens, Anthony. It happens.
So happy Friday. Freedom Friday. This is where you get to choose the topics that we talk today. Virtually every topic. Now, we will play lineup game when it's out. We will play the home run derby. Six pack is essentially an extension of Freedom Friday, but this was born out of spite, kept out of love.
Oh man,
couple listeners complaining that we weren't talking about certain things, and said, fine, you do it. You pick out the topics.
Anthony came out that day, Jamie. You weren't here.
I was not here.
I was listening in real time, and to watch him go from what some would say 0 to 100, it happened. And when it happens in real time, it's a bit scary. You know, we're not supposed to look at him in his face.
No.
But I glanced over one time, and I thought I saw smoke coming out. He took his earbuds out. And it was because there was so much smoke coming out. I said, "Oh, he's pissed." Mm-hmm. He's like, "You do it then." And from the next day, which was a Thursday, we didn't do anything. We let them do it, and he was like, "You know what? That was actually pretty damn good."
It was fun.
It's fun.
It was fun. People enjoyed it. So you could choose a sports topic. You could choose a non-sports topic. Bottom line is, though, now is the time to get in your topic. Don't complain. Come Monday.
Yeah.
We do this every last Friday of the month. Couple of ways you can get a hold of us. I mentioned the YouTube chat earlier. So our YouTube chat, which is shown via our Airlines Team Studio Cams, you can go there. That's our snake pit. You leave a topic there. If you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you can also use the Air Comfort Service text line, which is 314-399-9646. If you want to leave us a mic drop, maybe you have an extended question.
Maybe you just want to say something.
Or you want to say something and just have us react to it. You can do so. Just go to the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app, and then you can leave your topic there or leave your statement there via the Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop feature. So there you go. Without further ado, Bradford Bruns, again, in for Andrew Marsh. What is our first topic of the day?
Well, guys, on a Freedom Friday, how many fans, how many of us have been waiting to free one Jimmy Crooks? Well, about 20 minutes ago, the Cardinals confirming that Jimmy Crooks has been indeed recalled from Memphis. Nelson Velasquez actually has been selected as well, meaning added to the 40-man roster. Joel Pozo going down to the Redbirds. The same goes for Cesar Prieto. Just how excited are you to presumably see Jimmy Crooks in uniform and playing tonight?
I'm fired up for it.
Yeah.
I didn't see this coming. Now, we did talk about Baez. We talked about Baez yesterday.
Another home run.
And he hit another home run. And it's funny because as I go to the St. Louis Cardinals official X page, first comment after. So here's the full scope. Jimmy Crooks has been recalled from Memphis. Outfielder Nelson Vasquez has been selected from Memphis, and then Cesar Prieto and Yoel Poso, like Bradford just said, have been optioned to Memphis. The very first comment at Cardinals, you're wrong. It should be you are, but you're a joke of an organization. Not calling up your best power hitter in Baez, but calling up this joke Nelson. You are not serious about winning, and he was so pissed he didn't even leave a period at the end of that.
See what 4 straight losses does to the people?
Yeah.
They put a comma in there, which was
Yeah, he went comma, but he didn't go.
The two yours were not.
Yeah, that's right. That's the second year too.
I am the grammar police. I listen. I have a real issue with 2, 2, and 2 when people don't say those and your. Like I'm a stickler.
There and there.
There and there. I'm a stickler for it. If you don't say it right. And you're coming at me. Good luck, brother or sister. I'll rip you to shreds.
You don't discriminate.
Nah, not at all.
So going back to Baez, I'm not surprised that Baez didn't come up. He's got to cut down on the strikeouts. But I'm a little surprised that they brought up Crooks. But I love it. It's the catcher position. I know that Pedro Paez is well regarded within that clubhouse. The way that he works with the pitchers and the way that he calls the game apparently is very good, but leaves a lot to be desired from a hitting standpoint. And as Carey has mentioned countless times before, bit of an issue when it comes to blocking balls and throwing runners out. So I love it. They got a young guy here in Jimmy Crooks that I hope he's up for an extended period of time. They get a good look at him.
Yeah, we'll see what they do now. I mean, either way, they still have 3 catchers on the roster. So
Right.
It's kind of a weird situation, but I guess maybe it's the best situation for a young player to come in and just get a few reps. Maybe he'll DH one day when Herrera's catching and just get his feet wet.
Yeah.
See what he's got.
Absolutely.
Is he in the lineup tonight, do you think? We can't look. We haven't done the lineup game.
You know, I
Well,
normally
who's pitching for the Cardinals? Palante? Is it Palante?
Palante. Yeah.
Bradford, you're confusing me.
He said,
thumbs
yeah,
up,
no.
thumbs down,
He gave
shaking
you
his head.
No, I was thinking about
Julius
yesterday.
Caesar. He's like,
A little bit. And he gave me the
Kyle Leahy was originally listed yesterday. I had to play it back in the mind. Yeah, it's Palante. My
Palante.
bad.
So Herrera does catch Palante.
Yep.
So
Okay.
that would lead me to believe that Crooks
Maybe he's the
could
DH.
DH.
I like it.
And it's a left-handed pitcher on the bump, too. Is it not for the Cubs?
Shota Imanaga.
Yeah.
And it's not as if Jimmy Crooks hasn't spent a significant portion of his time this season in Memphis at a position other than catcher. We talked about it with Alex Coyle a couple of weeks ago. Leo Bernal is highly regarded behind the dish too. So this is somebody who could conceivably really fill that DH void game to game.
So the lineup is out. We will play that in a couple of minutes. So we'll continue to talk about this. It'll be interesting to see if he is in the lineup. We're avoiding the lineup. As far as Nelson Velasquez is concerned, it's funny how things turned, because if you remember, Velasquez had a really good spring training, and there's a lot of Cardinals fans that were like, why the hell were you optioning this guy and keeping that bum Jordan Walker? Jordan Walker needs to be down in Memphis. He had a rough spring training.
He did.
And now it's like, why are you bringing up that bum, Nelson Velasquez, when you've got Joshua Baez there? Things change, Mox. They're the starting quarterback now.
They do. I'm looking at something, and I had to. I don't wear glasses, but Jamie, I might need to borrow yours. I'm looking at Pedro Paez. He's third in errors in Major League Baseball. And
Third in a good way or third in a bad
third
way?
in errors allowed.
Okay.
He has a lot of errors. But then I go to wild pitches, which, they give it to the pitcher, but the catcher could probably block those. He's got 16 of those while he's been catching. Only second to Logan O'Hope. Hope he would block the pitch every now and then. Damn it, man. One of them.
Get in front of one of them. We're
Will
hoping.
you please?
Logan, we're hoping to do something.
But Pedro is second there with 16 wild pitches thrown. That's him and the catcher. I mean, him and the pitcher, obviously. But I've often said that wild pitches, while they are on the pitcher, you're throwing that pitch with the assumption that your catcher is going to hopefully block it, unless he's just throwing
Within reason.
Within reason. Like, if it's 4 feet outside, he ain't got no chance. Okay. But if it bounces up there, man, get your body in front of it. We've been asking this question for a long period about Pedro Paez and his attributes behind the plate. I'm intrigued to see how this. We know Poso wasn't going to play much. He was here for a bat off of the bench. But I'm intrigued to see what Crooks does. If he kind of takes over some of those catching duties when Herrera is playing, when he's at the DH position, or if they're going to split time. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Because I don't think you brought him up here just to sit on the bench.
I wouldn't think so either.
I hope not.
You can't. You can't. There's no reason to disrupt the development of a young player like Jimmy Crooks so that you can just get him some big league looks. Hey, sit there on the bench and learn. It's not how Major League Baseball works.
Correct.
If it's Brian Torres, who's 28 and he's bounced around a little bit, that's a different story. You can sit him on the bench. He's a role player. But with Jimmy Crooks or Baez when he eventually comes up, or any other top prospect for that matter, it makes zero sense to disrupt their normal reps in Memphis to sit them on the bench at the Major League level.
No, and you understand it didn't go especially well down the stretch in 25 at the Major League level. But then again, it was basically a cup of coffee, right? For what have you been searching, guys? Somebody beyond the top 4 hitters in this lineup to make an impact, specifically with the pop. Jimmy Crooks, granted, at AAA this season, has been that guy. 13 homers all told, improved plate discipline. In the season, overall, he's drawn also more than 20 walks, and he's driving the ball out of the yard. At least give him that shot, especially while the bat is hot.
Absolutely. All right, that's Bradford Bruns, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. 212, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Freedom Friday continues, but we do have the lineup out, so we're going to try to guess to see if Jimmy Crooks is actually in the lineup next.
Fun.
Against the Cubs tonight. New series at Busch Stadium. Cubs, Cardinals. The rivalry is renewed. We'll play the lineup game next on 101 ESPN.
Text us anytime at 314-399-9646 on the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation text line on 101 ESPN.
Oh, baby, it is Freedom Friday, which means the weekend is right around the corner. What better way to ease into that beautiful Saturday than to check out Urban Chestnut's Zwickel Light. It's a great light beer, the best light beer I've ever drank. It's crisp, clean, refreshing. It's brewed here in St. Louis by St. Louisans, so that's amazing. Love that. And we talk about low in calories, only 95 calories, 3.7 carbs. It really is awesome. But maybe you don't want a light beer. Maybe you want something a little different. How about the new hazy IPA called Squirrel Works? It is really amazing. It's got bright tropical notes. It's got an easy, juicy finish, too. You're going to love it. As far as IPAs go, I'm being honest, I'm not usually an IPA type guy, but I had a couple of Squirrel Works, really, really like them. They're selling them in 4-packs or the big old King cans. I like the King cans. Those are nice. And Zwickel Light's available in cans as well as bottles. So please check out both of these. They're awesome. You can pick them up at your local stores or even check them out at Dirt Cheap. They got them over there. Great prices for both the Zwickel Light and the Squirrel Works. For more information, please visit urbanchestnut.com. That's urbanchestnut.com.
Nominate yourself to be the Morning After Listener of the Month, and you could be selected and score a Form Energy prize pack. Sign up now at 101ESPN.com or TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club is presented by Form Energy. We do the work. Don't slow down. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
That sounder means it's time to play the lineup game here in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. We just had the news break slightly before the show that Jimmy Crooks is being optioned from Memphis, and Cesar Prieto as well as Yoel Poso, they've been optioned to Memphis. Nelson Vasquez also coming up as well. All right, boys. Tonight, you've got Andre Palante opposing lefty Shota Imanyaga. Are we ready?
We are
Sure,
ready.
yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Come on.
Show us JJ Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
All right, it's a good start, Anthony.
Thank you. Oop, there's the ding.
Got to give us a ding.
Got to give us
Go
the
ahead,
ding.
Jamie.
It's much appreciated.
Yeah.
Show us Ivan Herrera.
What's your favorite position?
Designated hitter.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
The key to Ivan is having his bat in the lineup every day.
Ivan.
Let's see what you did there, Bradford.
Jordan Walker. Right? Yeah.
Show us Jordan Walker.
That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
What's going on there? I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
Typical lefty lineup. Alec Burleson here.
I would say yes, Anthony.
All right. Show us Alec Burleson.
Oh, no, here's where it starts. Is this where Jimmy Crooks goes in?
No.
Do you put the kid in and clean up right away?
No.
What's wrong with Burley?
Maybe nothing. Maybe he's putting fifth.
Day off.
He had a day off yesterday, Anthony.
No, they like to do the back-to-back days off.
Ollie likes
Anthony,
to double down.
They love the double.
It's like when
Yeah.
he plays blackjack. He's always doubling down.
Yeah, for no reason. He's always splitting tens, too.
He
Like,
splits tens. The
Or you
table,
get punched in the
the table
face.
loves it.
oh, yeah.
Split tens. Why don't you?
And they love it when you're first or second.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
And you split the tens.
Don't do that.
That's good.
Don't ever
yeah.
split. Don't do that.
Don't
Highly
split
recommend
tens.
it. I remember one night, my brother
recommend
was in
that.
that seat, and he kept doing that stuff. And he would split them and then just turn and give the bird to the entire table.
Wow.
He was prickly that night.
He's looking for a fight, was he?
I think he was definitely. He wasn't looking for a pat on the back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking for a
The
teammate
worst part
either.
is he kept hitting it too. So
sure.
he'd split tens
Yeah.
and then get another 10 and like a face card. And so then he was like, what? Are you gonna yell at me now? What?
I had that happen to me, but it was a son and a father doing that at the 1 and 2 spot.
Oh, jeez.
And I didn't say a word to him. Didn't bother them. Didn't say anything to him. Man, play your hand. I'll play mine. It's cool. Whatever.
Right.
And then I did something that they didn't like.
Yeah.
And I said, let me tell you all something. Let that be the last time you talk to me because you've been doing dumb-ish for the last 25 minutes. Either leave me alone or get the hell out of here for both of y'all. Get an ass whooping.
You know what? I understand that feeling because, Anthony, I get that feeling whenever we're playing the Gauntlet and I want to go through the questions.
Oh.
And
Jamie personalized that.
And sometimes there's somebody that's at the table
Yeah.
that doesn't like the way I play my hand.
Telling you how to play your
Telling
money.
me how to play my hand.
Wow. Kerry actually he appreciated that.
I do actually.
Kerry, you ever heard anything like that?
You brought it back home. So from this point on, Jamie, you do it whatever the hell you want to do. I'll mind my damn business.
Jamie, that was pretty good.
That was really good.
Holy smokes.
All right.
Who's
So
here?
Jimmy Crooks?
No.
I don't think so.
Come on, guys, live a little. We already got one wrong. Who cares?
I feel like Ollie never puts whoever's coming up into the lineup.
Well, no, Velasquez might. Maybe he's batting. Why'd you bring him? I think both of them are playing.
All right.
I would agree with
I
Kerry
think
on
both
this
of them
one.
are
I think
playing.
this is different. This is not the John Mozeliak era.
You're right.
Let's
Okay,
play
so
the
who's
kids.
here?
Either Crooks or Velasquez. Which one you want to go?
You get to pick, Asia.
I don't want either of them. So
who do you think it would be?
I don't know, but I don't think.
Well, you think it's Mason Wynn batting cleanup again?
No, I don't think it's Mason Wynn.
We've experienced that already.
Who the hell else is going in there? Furminator?
Do Crooks. It's not.
You do Crooks.
It's not.
I ain't doing it.
It's not Mason Wynn. It's not Furminator.
No.
It's not Victor Scott.
All right, fine.
It's not.
Hang on.
Let's go Vasquez.
What?
I don't know.
You told me to choose one.
All right,
hang on.
I don't think it's Crooks.
Can I offer some reasoning
On Crooks?
on this whole situation?
Okay.
Ordinarily, when we have a left-handed pitcher, Ollie flip-flops Walker and Burley, a lefty and a righty. So if he's doing the same strategy, wouldn't it be Crooks? If we're going to play one of the kids here, wouldn't it be the left-handed bat, like Alec Burleson?
He hates it.
I don't hate it.
He hates
I'm
it.
just offering information.
Jamie, you and I think it's Crooks. You go Crooks because Anthony hates it.
Show us Jimmy Crooks.
Shame on that.
I told you, Anthony. What the hell's your problem?
It's your show. What are you doing, man?
How do you let us do it? Anthony, your thoughts?
Your thoughts, Anthony. Go ahead. Who do you think it is?
Show us Nelson Vasquez.
Nelson, zoom in.
Okay, so you guys were right.
No, not really.
You were.
I
You said
can't even
one.
claim
You said
that.
one of the two.
Yeah, but I can't claim that because I was adamant about Crooks.
You know, it is a team effort. We were both.
We
we
win
were
as a
all-
team, we
Yes.
lose as a team.
We lost a couple of games there, but we just rebounded.
Yeah. What position is he playing? Left field?
Baseball player.
Yeah. Where is he playing?
Probably the
Okay,
outfield. Or
yeah.
he might
All right,
be
so now,
DH.
who the hell is this? Gorman?
Burley.
No,
Burley.
I think
Oh,
it's
so you just
Burley.
bumped him down.
Yeah, it's Burley.
Okay.
You're just talking, man. I'm amped up. It's Friday.
Whoa. Go ahead.
Show us Alec Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What?
Good call.
You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
So now there's no chance Gorman sees a lineup with a left-handed pitcher.
I think Gorman is out.
I think he's out.
So I
He's
think this is
typically out.
Mason Wynn.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Shh. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Shortstop. That's right. Now and forever. Forever and ever. Shortstop.
We aren't in the top 10.
Wait.
This is bull.
He's the best in the business.
Best arm in baseball.
Could I interest you here, Anthony, in a Jimmy Crooks?
Sure.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, but then is Velasquez playing outfield?
Yeah.
We're assuming?
Playing left field.
Hold on. Okay, wait. What do we need here? 'Cause
Well, I don't know what Velasquez is playing.
Well,
we got a second baseman.
You got a
we got a
catcher.
catcher because Yvonne Herrera is going to catch.
Right field, first
Jordan
base,
Walker, right
shortstop.
fields.
So you need a third
first
baseman.
base. Vasquez is probably. Do you think Vasquez? Well, okay. Here's the question: is Vasquez in left field?
I think he's in left field because who else is in left
well,
field?
Torres has been playing there.
You
so
just
I
took
could easily
sent
see that
Torres
slot.
Okay.
out. So JC, we haven't seen him. I don't. I think both of them are in the lineup.
Okay.
Would be but I don't know who's playing third base.
Fermin.
Fermin,
I can see
probably.
Fermin playing third base, and then I can see Jimmy Crooks being the DH, which would
And
I would
Vasquez
say
is in left.
yeah, I would say he's right here playing
Okay.
Go for it, man.
as a DH. Show us Jimmy Crooks.
Boy, that's tough.
We got
I
Chief.
thought,
on
I thought that was.
Usually
I thought that might have been the drop.
Chief. What about Fermin
Okay.
here?
Fermin here.
Can you please show us the Ferminator?
Hello, local utility.
Okay.
All right. So theoretically, we have our third baseman.
And
If Vasquez is in left,
I think Crooks could be here at 8.
You gonna have two lefties back to back.
Well, that's
him and
usually
Victor
where they
Scott?
put Paez at 8.
True.
So maybe I don't think Crooks would be catching tonight so quickly without having been with the team for a couple of days to even go over certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think Crooks is catching.
No,
I don't think he is either. So,
Yeah,
but I do think he's
But
going
I
to
don't
be here.
think you brought him up to sit him on the bench in the first game versus the Cubs.
Go for it. You want it?
Show us Jimmy Crooks.
I just don't like it.
Okay, so he's not playing.
He's not playing. All right. So if
Come on, Ollie, what the hell?
if Victor Scott is in center and he's 9th, we really
Velasquez is
we really
more than
only
likely in left field. So what do you need? A DH.
a DH.
Is it
You put
Gorman,
Gorman here?
No, it's got to be Thomas DeJacy. He's the only one left. That makes sense. Gorman.
We haven't said Gorman at all yet, but we just
We
don't think
haven't,
he's
but I don't
in.
think
So
he's
then
in.
Velasquez might be the DH then.
Yes, and then
Okay.
Fermin's at third, and Sajasi's at third.
Left field, and one of them in third base.
Okay, so you guys good with Thomas Sajasi?
Not really, but go ahead.
All right. You don't like it.
I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Show us Thomas Sajasi.
Okay, 90% chest hair, 10% baseball.
Okay.
That's weird.
And then go ahead, Jamie.
Show us Victor Scott, please.
Feels good going fast.
I guess I was going about 65 tops.
All right, this is going to be interesting. Bradford, go ahead and run it.
Interesting one indeed for the opener against the Cubs. We have J.J. Weatherholt leading off and manning second base, followed by your catcher, Ivan Herrera, right fielder Jordan Walker, designated hitter and cleanup man tonight is Nelson Velasquez. Alec Burleson batting fifth at first base. Mason Wynn is your shortstop. Jose Fermin in left field. And then second to last in the lineup, your third baseman, Thomas Sajasi. And rounding it out in center field, Victor Scott II.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair, stay fair!
Go fair, go fair!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
Yeah, that is weird.
Oh, well. Maybe because it's a lefty pitcher?
Yeah, probably. So maybe we'll see in a pinch hit situation. All right, Bradford, do you have our latest home run standings?
You guys only had one game from which to choose this week, right? So I believe everything stayed constant, remained the same as to where it was, because it was just that Tuesday contest, the second one in the series versus Milwaukee.
And they didn't have any runs.
Yeah.
Let
that
alone
was
a home run.
day.
So Marshy is, Jamie's still leading.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, Anthony's leading.
Yeah, so I have 10.
Yep.
Marsh has 8. Jamie has 6. CD has 4. Bradford has 1, which is pretty impressive because Bradford doesn't play every time. So, all right, give me Jordan Walker.
Marshy. Did he text us who he wanted?
I don't know if he said.
I was looking
at the board.
Yeah, I think he wanted. Everybody's on there.
But you know, Marshy lost a good storyline.
Jimmy Crooks off the bench.
Jimmy Crooks off the bench.
Off the bench. Okay. All right.
Jamie.
Give me Velasquez.
God, dog it.
Is it Vasquez or Velasquez?
Velasquez.
I've said it 900 times different.
All I can think of is Cain Velasquez, who's a UFC fighter.
You'll know after tonight, right? He'll make his impression. You're calling it. There you go.
CD.
You know what? Give me Gorman off the bench.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay.
And Bradford.
We have not seen a ton of these so far this year, Jamie. We've talked about this, but tonight feels right. It's ripe for Ivan Herrera to go yard against that lefty.
That would sting.
That's going to make him
that
so
would
upset.
sting.
My guy.
All right.
Oh, well.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. It is a Freedom Friday. So this is where you get a chance to send in your topics to the Air Comfort Service text line, which is 314-399-9646, or our 101 ESPN YouTube chat, which is our snake pit. Or you can leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. More of your topics on a Freedom Friday next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke of genius. With hosts Anthony Stalter, Tim McKernan, and Scott Rizzuto. Check out the latest from the Spread Zone at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app. The Spread Zone is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Crooks recalled from Memphis. Good afternoon. Bradford Bruns here with a SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. About 45 minutes ago, St. Louis making a pair of roster decisions. Up from AAA Memphis is none other than catcher Jimmy Crooks, as well as Nelson Velasquez, the outfielder. However, the former is not in the lineup tonight. Instead, Velasquez is in there batting cleanup in the series opener versus the Chicago Cubs. Crooks on the bench for this one. Your pitching pairing consisting of Andre Palante against Cubs lefty Shota Imanaga. First pitch downtown at 6:15. Tonight, on the ice, that is, at 7 o'clock, puck drop between the Hurricanes and the Canadiens. It is game number 6 of the Eastern Conference Final. Closeout opportunity for those Canadiens. The SportsCenter update has been brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Anthony Stalter. Going back to Bradford with the topics from the Air Comfort Service text line or Snake Pit. What do you got for us?
Sticking with the baseball in the here and now, guys, from the 314. So what was the whole point behind bringing up Prieto in the first place?
Buying more time for the other young guys.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You need to gap fillers. Really, your bench has been, for lack of better words, insignificant. I mean, you've had Sajasi, Fermin, and Poso on your bench. Like, it's not like you've got Murderer's Row sitting there waiting for you. So to bring up Prieto, get him some reps at the same time you're letting Velasquez, Baez, and all these guys continue to get their minor league reps every day and keep learning and keep developing. That would be my assumption.
I'm a little surprised that Thomas Sajasi's still up. Like
And Tommy, though, he's kind of like the poor man's version of Brendan Donovan. You can kind of plug him in. He's a good guy. Hustles. Like, who have you got? Who would you replace him with right now?
Donnie always hit, though. Always.
I understand, but who would you replace him with right now that's ready to be a bench player and just sit there?
I think the contrast here, the counterpoint is that he hasn't played in heaven knows how long. Tonight, pretty surprising, even against a left-hander, and a good one at that. He's in.
But who would you replace him with?
Well, would you
virtually
keep
anyone?
Would you keep Prieto up?
Okay, so Prieto. So then 3 weeks from now, we're talking about that again. Like Prieto becomes Sajasi what he is now, because he's not going to play either. So do you want a young guy sitting there gathering dust and barely playing, or do you want a guy who you don't really think is going to be a major leaguer? Just take your spot. He's a spot taker right now. That's all. Not going to hurt you. He's not going to help you. But
Yeah.
He's okay. He loves being in the big leagues every day. He's fine.
He's 24. Are you ready to make that claim?
On Sajasi?
Yeah.
I think
Prieto's 27.
I think Sajasi is exactly what he is right now.
Okay. Well, that's where the conversation lies then. Because if you feel as though that Thomas Sajasi doesn't really have much of a ceiling at 24, then I understand your line of thinking. I don't know what the Cardinals view him as. I mean, it's not like
they're
he's
certainly not playing him like anything more than what I'm suggesting.
No, and they're not sending him to the minors to get him development time. So maybe they are just telling us exactly how they feel about him. He's simply just a bench bat and somebody that can fill in on days like this.
And you got to remember something too, guys. If he gets sent down to Memphis, he's going to take reps away from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be a bench bat in Memphis.
No.
So then,
but again, that's why I go back to
the layers of like the development. You have to think for every player that's in a spot, someone's not. So if right now he's not hurting the Cardinals, not helping them, he's here, but he's not blocking anybody that's ready. If someone was ready, he'd be gone. They'd be up here. But if he goes down to Memphis, now he could potentially be blocking a player that you want more reps for.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it makes a lot of sense. Again, it goes back to how do you view him? Because if the Cardinals already view him like you do, then everything you just said makes sense. At 24, though, I wonder if they still view him that way, where it's like, you're not a prospect, you're not anybody that's got kind of a future here, so we're just going to simply view you as a bench bet, and we don't want you to block anybody. I don't know if the Cardinals view him that way, but maybe they do.
I mean, I don't know. That's obviously a question that Chaim Bloom would have to answer.
Based on their actions.
Based on their actions, they're telling you this is what they think he is. Sure. Otherwise, they would have sent him down early to Memphis, get lots of reps, consistent at-bats, and when he starts to heat up, you bring him up again.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, he's there.
Yeah.
Why he's playing tonight, I don't really know.
Your one alternative weeks ago would have been Blaze Jordan, right? But does the Major League organization view his defense with legitimacy?
And is he ready? Like, everybody wants to thrust these young players, like, because they get hot in the minors, and let's give them a chance. If you're really truly thinking of the development, and Chaim Bloom has a timeline for these guys, I mean, we can fantasize, of course. And even like tonight, we're upset because Jimmy Crooks isn't in the lineup. Well, no, there's no telling what he'll be. But as far as like Sajasi and some of the guys, Blaze Jordan, watching his numbers and whatnot, he's got some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some work to do. And I think the Cardinals doing the slow cooker with some of these young guys might be beneficial, 6 months to a year down the road.
So I agree. I think Sajasi's role might be every team has to have players that come off of the bench that you trust to be able to be starters and that don't need everyday reps. And younger players, generally guys that you think are going to be everyday players, you don't want them sitting on the bench every single day. So with Jimmy Crooks, I think they brought him up here. I think Paez is probably maybe going to replace what Poso was and be a defensive replacement in games. And maybe, because it is a lefty pitching tonight, you get Crooks in there, you get him up a day early kind of to watch and see how the game flows and learn what different pitchers want. And then he's thrusted into the starting lineup. Mm-hmm. And then you go into looking at a Sajasi, a Fermin, those guys are in the lineup. And when Nootbaar comes back, Torres is probably the odd man out, goes back down to the minors. You plug Nootbaar in left field. Mm-hmm. And Sajasi is a right-handed bat off your bench. When it's a right-handed pitcher, Fermin is your defensive replacement for Gorman off of the bench. Like you like to Jamie's point, you have to have bench players that you trust, and those guys are generally guys that you don't see or think of as everyday players, but they do have value because they are vital pieces to your team because they have to be able to be ready to play on a moment's notice. They have to be able to, fill in when there's a lefty versus righty, whatever those situational places that come up in a game. I think that's their place, and that's the importance of having those players.
Yeah, so I'll just be brutally honest about my career. I became, not at 24, I wasn't telling Mr. Jason, but at 33 I was, 32 I was. Mm-hmm. And had they sent me down to the minors, the coaching staff down there would have played me. It happened when I went to the Chicago Wolves towards the end of my career. I was playing 30 minutes a game almost. Power play, penalty kill, regular shift. Guess how much Chad Denny was developing?
Not much.
You remember Chad Denny?
No.
Exactly. He never developed.
Right.
And that's the way it was. So I stunted the development of other players because they wanted to play me more. Mm-hmm. Now, they played me with Zach Bogosian as his partner, and he's still going. But they sacrificed one young player. And so Sajasi, again, at 24, they're kind of telling us this is kind of what he is, but he's not hurting the development of anybody currently with the Cardinals.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. The other thing here to consider, too, is whenever Newt comes back, Nelson Velasquez was not on the 40-man roster, so there will need to be another move at some point.
Probably Torres.
No, I mean somebody that's DFA'd.
Oh.
Or the only other move would be shifting Urias to the 60-day.
Correct.
And then he replaces Newt. So Newt, who's on the 60-day IL, when he is activated, you now have 41 players on your roster. Obviously, your 40-man is now illegal. So you could place Urias on the 60-day IL, and then that would take care of the Newt situation. Or I wonder if Nelson Velasquez, this is kind of it. They get a look at him. They see if he sparks, and then move on.
How old is he?
Late 20s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was younger.
You could be talking, though, about just a matter of a few days, because if the timelines, the time frames are to be believed, regarding Newbar, and we know he's right now at Springfield. You're talking about days, not weeks. So perhaps more is known about the status of Arias, and initially we thought that wouldn't necessarily be the biggest injury as far as time frame was concerned. Really, that seems to be the only logical move unless you cut bait with somebody altogether.
Sure, which could happen. Oof. Again, I wonder if it's Velasquez, maybe Prieto, if Prieto doesn't really have a spot.
Yeah.
Again, this is somebody that's 27, 28. Kind of seems like a 4A guy rather than a big leaguer. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked when Newt comes off the IL, unless they make the Arias move from 15 to 60, that one of these guys that we're seeing now that had a little bit of a run at the big leagues gets DFA'd. Because Velasquez wasn't on the 40-man. So a move has to come at some point. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Keep those Freedom Friday topics rolling in. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. We also have the Snake Pit rolling. That's our 101 ESPN YouTube channel. And then we've got the Skyly Heating Company mic drop feature via the 101 ESPN mobile app, which is powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Center. So lots of ways to send in your topics on a Freedom Friday. It's your show. We'll continue it next on 101 ESPN.
Tomorrow, Pirates and Twins. Pregame at 2:30. First pitch at 3:05. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN. In the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. Now, it is a Freedom Friday. It's also a perfect time to dive into the life and worlds of Jamie Rivers, who sent us a text today in our Fastlane group chat. And it was a picture, it was a selfie of Jamie, and I kid you not, a baby, would it be a fawn?
I guess.
A baby fawn, a baby deer. And this deer is basically being cradled by Jamie.
Like the deer knew Jamie.
Like the deer
very comfortable.
and Jamie.
It's Bambi, wasn't it?
Live together.
Look just like Bambi.
What the hell are we doing here?
So, I mean, I don't want to say wild animal. It's an animal, though.
It's wild. It doesn't live in the house.
That's true. It's not domesticated. This is an outdoor creature.
I was waiting on the deer's mother to come lurking, and
well, I was aware.
Yeah.
So
all right. So what's how, when, why, where?
So Ashley's getting up to go to work this morning, and she sends me a picture and says, "Hey, be careful when you go to leave." And it's a picture of a little deer that's cuddled up just inside my right front tire underneath my truck. I thought it was a rabbit at first, and I looked again. I was like, "Oh, it's a deer." So I'm like, "Okay, no problem." I mean, I grew up in rural Canada, so like it's not foreign to me. But the first thing I did, I opened up the garage, I grabbed a hockey stick, and walked out, not to hit the baby deer.
No, yeah.
But Mama deer, if she's around, she doesn't ask questions.
Be aggressive.
Right,
She's gonna be aggressive.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, I can just hold the stick up and kind of keep her at bay while I back my ass back into the house.
Yeah.
Well, Mama deer was nowhere to be around. Now, mind you, I was shoulder checking every 3 or 4 seconds. Gotta make sure I'm picking up the blitz, you know?
Right.
And she never came around. So then I'm like, okay, well, I have to go do things. I got lots of things, a list of things. So I start the truck and I get out and watch, and hopefully I thought maybe it's scared away, or you bang on the hood like back home, like the outdoor cats used to get up on the engine blocks in the winter in Canada because it's warm.
Yeah, and you get banging.
Make sure you bang on the thing and they run away so you don't start the car and those things.
Sure.
Didn't move. So then I said, okay, I'm going to back up my truck very slowly just to get it out from under my truck. Back up slowly, doesn't move. I walk around the truck, and it's sitting there just staring at me with those little eyes. I'm like, oh, man. Then it gets up all wobbly and comes over to me and nestles in between my shins. Nestling. I'm like, oh, my God. This is the cutest animal I've ever seen. So now I'm like, well, now what? Now I'm really shoulder checking because it's making some noises. I'm like, oh, boy. It's calling for mom or something.
Yeah.
Mom's not around. So then I sit on the ground, and it nestles into me, and then it nestles up onto my chest and belly. That's why I took the picture. I was like, here, guys, check this out.
Wow.
And then as I was walking around the yard at this point, because now I'm like, I'm just going to be I don't want to fall in love with this thing. So I got things to do around the yard. I'm going to do that. It's following.
What'd you name it?
I didn't. You don't ever name it. If you name it, it's yours.
I was wondering.
Yeah. And I'm walking around, and it's following me all over the yard. It tried to follow me into the house. Into the garage, it came behind me, and I'm opening the door. I have 3 dogs that are standing right there, and it's they're going to come in. I had to grab it, pull it back outside, and so this thing hung out with me for 35, 40 minutes, and then I got to go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to leave it just out in the middle of nowhere, so I went into the garage. I had these couple of boxes and some wood and whatnot, so I made a shelter for it, so it felt safe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I made this shelter, it walks over and crawls in and lays down. I think he's still there. I've been checking the ring cameras, and even the pool guy came to clean the pool and everything, and he did a little double take, and he left it alone.
Yeah.
He did the pool, left. So I don't know. Ashley's going to be home in the next 15 to 20 minutes, and at one point I was like, well, what if I just put him in the yard?
Yeah.
It's hanging. I'm like, nah, the pool. There's no way this thing can swim yet. It looks like it's a newborn.
Right.
So I'm not going to come home and the thing's floating.
Yeah,
I don't need that in my life. I don't.
No.
Then Ashley's like, don't you dare put that thing in our home. Don't you dare let that.
You're thinking about it.
I am.
He definitely.
I'm still
thinking about it.
Definitely. We got a deer now.
It's
3 dogs, 1 cat, and a deer.
3 dogs, a cat, a bearded dragon,
and a deer.
Wow.
So I don't know what ultimately is going to happen here. I'm okay with keeping it. Now, I'm sure many people would say, don't do that. It's mean to the animal. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
What do you feed deer? What do deer eat?
We give them a bottle of milk, and then I don't know what else you feed them.
Deer eat all kinds of stuff.
They
You know
eat
what's crazy one
berries and
time?
stuff like that.
Yeah, plants.
They're not like carnivores, I don't think.
No, but you know what? I have seen them eat fish. Like there was a deer one time with a fish in its mouth by our like house.
Okay.
And I was shocked by them. Like, what? They eat fish? Huh. At least that one did. But they usually just eat plants because we got them all around, and like I got no shrubs left anymore.
Yeah.
Like everything around the little pond, I got nothing.
If I put this deer in the backyard, so as you guys know, I've redone my backyard, and Ashley's really put a lot of time, work, and money into plants and things, and she would have come home to like nothing.
Yeah.
And that would have been bad.
Yes.
It would have been really bad. So I don't know. The deer was last seen in the little shelter that I made for him. Apparently he's put his imprint on me. That's what they call it. To where they identify you as the parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are.
Good
You
luck.
got a text here that says, "Did you touch it? Because if you touched it, the mom is done with it and will abandon it."
That's not true. That's a myth. Trust me, growing up around all these animals, that's a myth.
Okay.
Just like if you touch a bird egg in the nest, that's a myth too. People just made that crap up so the kids would leave the eggs alone. So yeah, I don't know. Did I touch it? It walked over and like was rubbing up against me like a cat, like purring and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness. So I don't know where mom is. Maybe mom, I don't know. But I did check the surveillance cameras, and out of nowhere at 7 a.m. this morning is when this little deer walked from the street up my driveway, around my truck, and then snuggled in underneath my
That's crazy.
truck.
And it was your truck, too.
My truck, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen.
So I don't know.
Keep us updated on this deer
If
situation.
I go home and it's got a Blues jersey on it.
Yeah. It's got your jersey on it.
the jerseys here from 101.
It's mean to Ashley. Mean to your kids.
It's just me.
It just
if it
wants
didn't
you.
get so big, but like it's going to be like a couple of 100 pounds. This thing's 400 or 500 pounds when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
I think I would consider it, but
yeah, sure.
But we got the hardwood floors too. Those hoofs, they don't manage.
No.
Slipping and sliding.
Well, yes, it was when he went into the garage because
Yeah.
it's a different coating.
Yeah.
It get the old Bambi had the legs
sure.
on.
Jeez. Only Jamie would nurse a deer that imprinted on him. I know it's not a thing, but whatever. Clearly, something's going on here.
So Curb Stomp's suggestion about trying to put it in the garage, that's not going to fly. Not so much.
No, he was slipping around a little too much. And like I said, I think he's relatively a newborn deer because the landing gear's all wobbly still.
I'm a little concerned about the parents, too. Like, where's Mama Deer?
I was kind of hoping at this point, like, she'd come
Yeah.
and be gone. So, I don't know. I called a couple people around town, and they said that, if he's still there after everybody gets home, then probably call Conservation Wildlife.
Sure.
Have them come because they take care of them and all that stuff.
I'm going to laugh when it comes all the way back, finds its way back home.
4 months from now, it's back in the garage.
Yes. This is where I want to be.
I've seen those videos on that.
This is it. This is where I want to be.
Homeward Bound 3, the deer spinoff.
We have deer. We have like a forest area in our backyard, basically, and we'll get deer. And the deer will come in, they'll eat the plants and stuff like that. And there's one time and we have the pond in the back, the small pond. So there's sometimes the deer will come up and drink out of it, right? And Kristen wasn't home one night. I was feeding the kids dinner. We're all eating dinner. And at our kitchen, you can look out in the back, and you'll see the pond. Well, I got a deer. We saw a deer drinking out of the fountain. And the kids are like, oh, it's a deer. It's a deer. We're all looking at it. Then I noticed his leg was jacked up.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was bad. Like, stuff hanging out of the leg. I'm like, this is not good. Just don't notice it, kids. Don't notice it. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's leave the deer alone. I'll draw the blinds, whatever. Sure enough, just as I'm walking over there, one of the kids, I can't remember which one. What's wrong with his leg? I'm like, oh. I'm like, well, and then of course they're asking Alexa, how do you help an injured deer with a bad leg? And Alexa's like, there's nothing you can currently do for a deer that has an injured leg. They'll just die. I'm like, Alexa, shut up.
Alexa's got no polish.
No, nothing. Alexa doesn't realize it's talking to kids.
That deer is sick. Children?
That deer is sick.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So I don't, somebody here, Mahomes long by says the baby deer is going to be hanging out with the Dunk Buffalo Trace statue in your backyard.
Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome. All right, more Freedom Friday coming at you. Keep those questions or topics rolling into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. YouTube channel going as well, or the Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Tire Nervous Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Freedom Friday continues next.
You can now listen to 101 ESPN on demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company. WXOS HD1 East St. Louis 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. Two former pros and one average Joe. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
O'clock, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. It's Bradford Bruns with your Freedom Friday topics.
Well, gentlemen, yesterday we had a heck of a fun time with Battlehawks wideout and kick returner, as well as reality TV star Gary Jennings Jr. The 636 wants to ask, is it imperative for the Battlehawks to make it to the UFL championship game this season to keep the fans engaged for next year?
Ooh, I think the UFL for several years has really wanted the Battlehawks in the final.
Will that be enough?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It seems like there's less interest this year.
I don't hear as much.
I don't hear as much either. I don't know if kind of the novelty of it wore off a little bit. I'm sure the Battlehawks, I'm sure St. Louis is still drawn pretty well, relatively speaking, but I don't know if suddenly there's a championship that people are just going to be drawn to it again.
And it's the brand this year, right? The style of football, which is drastically different than what we saw in the first couple of years here, which really helped the attendance immensely in St. Louis, too.
Yeah.
You're talking about a defense-oriented signature style right now, new head coach. Yeah, a lot of lore there with Ricky Prohl, but also, guys, I don't think that we can discount how much of a difference it made. Yes, you had the get back, in a manner of speaking, attitude, the whole personality regarding Stan Kroenke here in the Gateway City. But you also had, in my opinion, far and away the biggest star in the league, the biggest name in A.J. McCarron. In the initial stages, that was big as far as drawing eyeballs on your product.
Yeah, I think this is something that we've all talked about before, where you have to have some name brands that are going to draw interest. Quarterback helps the most. You got to have a personality or a name that's recognizable, I think, from college, that fans would be like, all right, cool. Like a Diego Pavia would be the perfect example now. Now, I understand he's currently in a practice squad for the Ravens.
Yeah.
But he would be an example of a personality. Very unlikely he's a long-time NFL quarterback. If you can get him in the UFL, somebody to kind of draw some eyeballs, I think that would be good. But I also think Carey's touched upon this too, and he's absolutely right. You got to speed things up. The CFL does a great job of having different rules. The wide receiver can start.
The field is bigger.
Yeah, the field's bigger.
You can have as many guys as you want in motion.
Right, and the wide receiver's getting like a 10-yard head start. There is something for your eyes to be drawn to. The game for the UFL seems just a little. It seems like a regular game, but it's not an NFL game. The speed isn't there. I think you got to open things up a little bit more offensively. Like like every team's got to run like the air raid.
Yeah. Well, you have to have
or one less player on defense.
Something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think that having it more exciting. Obviously, more points leads to more people wanting to be a part of it and paying attention. But I think the name players actually helps more than anything, which is why I said if you were trying to have a league that acted as a minor league, so to speak, to the NFL, I would have it after the NFL draft happened. I would have that league start right around May 1st. You have the NFL draft. You didn't get drafted. You haven't gotten a call in 2 or 3 weeks. It's probably going to take some time. Here, put some film on tape against some other great players that are also attempting to get into the NFL. Mm-hmm. And by the time this season ends, all of May, all of June, all of July, beginning of August, because we're only going to do it 3 months, beginning of August, you have an opportunity to be picked up. As soon as an injury happens in NFL camp, somebody goes down at your position, they literally just watched you play an entire 3-month season and have the best opportunity to be picked up. That to me would make the most sense. I think it's just difficult to have those players that are not the players that specifically guys that are just finishing a college season that had a great season, but for whatever reason didn't get drafted, or Diego Pavia did not get drafted. Now, would he be willing to take a starting spot in the UFL and show that for 3 months? I don't know. Maybe not. But it's at
if
least
he was paid accordingly.
Correct. For 3 months, if I could pay you $1.5 million or $2.5 million for 3 months, and then you still have an opportunity to go sign with Team X at the beginning of training camp, you might want to. You might be willing to make that decision as opposed to, I'm going to go be a mini camp tryout participant for the Ravens and get paid, because you only get paid like $300 a week in the offseason. Get paid $300 a week, at least when I was playing. It might be $600 now, Anthony.
Yeah.
But it ain't $1.5 million.
Right.
So finding ways to get those players into your system and have them, have a role, I think that would bring more eyeballs to the UFL.
Mm-hmm. I think that the difficulty the UFL has, as opposed to the American Hockey League, AAA baseball, people, let's say the Battlehawks were affiliated with an NFL team. I don't care what team. Let's say the Packers.
Yeah.
Just because.
Right.
You can now go down to the Dome and you can see your favorite young players, and then you can track them on their way up to the NFL. Mm-hmm. And I know this because when the Springfield Thunderbirds have players that get called up to the NHL, people in Springfield are watching Blues games. They're attached to a player that they've got to see and watch, and furthermore, that they've got to be interact with in the community. And that's something I think the UFL has missed out on. I understand for money purposes, they've got their compounds down in Texas. Mm-hmm. They don't need a multitude of things. All the teams can kind of use the same stuff.
Sure.
It's cost effective to a certain extent. But minor league sports, baseball, minor league hockey, like whatever, they succeed because of the the relationship those teams have within the community. And I think it'd be a lot deeper roots here if, one, you could track a player to an NFL team. Two, those players are in the community. They're going to schools. They're going to high schools to help run practices. They're running camps in the off-season, football camps. And your favorite battle hawk is showing up to show you how to throw a football or catch a football. Hakeem Butler is going to show you what he does to be a receiver. All of this stuff, people become attached to that. And so then it becomes less of a fad. It becomes a relationship with that team. And I think the UFL's missed the boat on that. And I worry that even though they talk about expansion teams and growing this, I worry that the end of the road is coming soon, not because they don't have great ideas, but the interest level from people is kind of waning a little bit.
And a lot of it has to do with from an operational standpoint, too, because in the beginning, we understood it made fiscal sense to set up your hub, to set up your headquarters in Texas. But essentially when every team, everybody's flying in a day or two maybe before the game, you're not able to really go through to the degree to which you would like with the community involvement. That's a huge deal as well. Huge deal. All right, guys, from Biscuit, this one coming from the text line. Did you watch any of the Indy 500 on Sunday? What about your boy Newgarden?
I did not. I did not see the Indy 500. I did really like talking to Joseph Newgarden when we had him.
Awesome. Really cool.
Had him in. He brought a level of interest to the open wheel racing that I didn't have previously. When he was talking about how they game plan for races and things like that, I thought that was exceptional. It was very interesting. But no, I didn't check out the Indy 500.
I did go see him when he was racing here.
Yeah.
What's the name of the track over there in Illinois?
Gateway.
Yeah, went to watch. He actually got in an accident in that race. Flipped his car upside down. It was terrifying. He was leading the race, but it was a cool event to watch.
Yeah,
that is. I didn't know that I would be intrigued by race car driving and the speed in which they go, but it was very interesting.
That's cool.
It was unfortunate to see his car flip upside down and slide for about 20 yards. Though.
Not great.
Nah, not great. He got out and walked, though.
Well, good. Away. That is great.
Yeah,
I was actually here in the studio during the time of the race. The presentation, actually, Fox's national presentation is really good for racing. It's legitimately great. And some of the different nods, obviously, and tributes that were conducted that day, especially for Kyle Busch as well, it was really well done from a technical standpoint, too.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Excellent.
All right. Last one for this segment, guys. From the 636, did any of your wives or fiancés play high school or college sports? Tread carefully here. Do you consider them athletic?
Yeah, I consider Ashley to be very athletic. She's in the gym every day of the week, pretty much. Very fit. She did not play a sport in high school. She, oddly enough, the combination for her in high school was on the cheerleading squad and in the band. So, yeah, it's a kind of an odd combination.
Yeah, because normally they work together in high school. So what did she choose one or the other?
I don't know. That's probably a question I should ask her.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Friday night game, you got the band and the cheerleaders and the...
Which one are you going to?
Yeah. Well, actually, it'd be the band and the Palms. So maybe
oddly enough, there's
the cheerleaders are there too.
I know they're there, but I don't know if they perform with the band. I think that's typically
perform during the game, but the Palms perform at halftime.
So Ashley could have gone first quarter, second quarter cheerleader, band at halftime, then back to cheerleader.
And maybe that's what happened.
Fourth quarter.
I just thought it's a very unique social experiment.
Yeah,
because usually the cheerleaders and the football players and the athletes are like in high school, like are a certain demographic.
Sure.
Of people, and the other demographic of people who hang out, like the band kids and the theater, and it's usually two separate kind of.
Sure. I
don't say separate worlds, but it's just different. And so she was, kind of intermingling and all that. And so that's her athletic history.
Yeah, Cachet ran track, and I think people that she ran track. She was an athlete. She ran track. She still is very athletic. We actually had a relay race when I went to California with some of my friends. wives, fiancés, girlfriends versus the guys. Well, not versus, teamed up with your significant other.
Co-ed.
And we smoked them. Yeah, we won. And I was a little worried because one of my friends played wide receiver in the NFL. I'm like, I got to get a good enough lead. But we beat them. But then she felt like she could beat me. And I had to remind her that, hun, I weigh 255 pounds now, but I still can run. And I smoked her. And I don't think she's got no.
Because you're old.
Probably looked at me. I complained about my knees.
If she ran track, obviously she.
In her brain, she was like, I can beat you. I'm like, you would never. I mean never be able to outrun me. That's
never's a strong word.
And I think it's a great word in this scenario.
There'll be a day you might be in a wheelchair and just say,
maybe, but then I won't be. Then I'm not running though. I'm not running.
Well, then you gotta.
I'm not running.
Then you quit. You tap out.
No. If we both are okay to run, I'm not losing.
Yeah,
not losing.
I don't blame you on that.
Anthony, next time Cachet's in town, we got a very quiet neighborhood at the Rivers House. We'll put a little race together for Cachet and Carey.
That'd be good.
Yeah, not me.
You gotta hold the.
Both my hamstrings and knees will fall out.
You gotta hold the baby deer though.
Please.
Baby deer at the finish line.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kristen was a pom in high school, and I think she did at least one play, maybe two. She can sing. She can sing a little bit. She can sing. She can sing and she can dance. She would tell you flat out that she would never even try a sporting event. Like she wouldn't want to go out there and like take an at bat or anything. She has zero interest in that. The only thing I've seen her do was she'll play like every once in a while. She'll get out there with Killian playing soccer in the yard, but that's about it. But yeah, she was a pom all 4 years. Then she was on like the dance. I think they called it Orchesis, which is like theater dancing, and then she did maybe choir too. But that was no sports per se.
My wife did the band thing for all 4 years in high school, took a lot of piano pieces to recital, played high school golf, went to the same high school actually as a PGA Tour pro in Bryce Garnett, but they didn't quite cross over. So, yeah, she can take me, though, on the links. I'll readily admit that.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Keep those Freedom Friday topics rolling in. We'll continue with Freedom Friday next.
Start your day with the morning after on 101 ESPN. Get in the know first on everything St. Louis sports with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Martin Kilcoy. Listen to TMA weekday mornings from 7 to 11 a.m. on 101 ESPN. The morning after is presented by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. Don't forget, we have the Hurricanes and Canadiens Game 5 pregame tonight at 6:30. Puck drop at 7. So if you're out driving around on a Friday night and you want to at least listen to the game, you can do so right here on 101 ESPN. We're doing Freedom Friday. This is your show. You can pick out all the topics for today. Anything that you have not heard us discuss before that you're interested in, or maybe you want to hit, one of the tried and true segments just to kind of get our thoughts because you haven't heard it before. Again, completely up to you. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. The Studio Cams Airlines team will bring you the YouTube feed, which is our Snake Pit. And then we've got the Dobbs Tire Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app if you want to leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop. Bradford?
From the 314, guys, this could be a wheelhouse topic for us. What would it take for Mizzou and Eli Drinkwitz to compete for the Natty? Yeah. Ooh,
Bradford,
that's bold. That is bold, Carey.
There was a gentleman
juicy
that walked this earth, 2,000 plus years ago. He'd have to be here to help him.
Boy, we're taking it back.
Wow, holy smokes.
Carey.
What?
Are you referring to our Lord and Savior? Tell me, JC couldn't hit a curveball?
He definitely could, and he could help the Mizzou Tigers get to the Natty.
That's what it would have to take?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was thinking more of a downfield passing attack, one in which that's not the pop gun, throw sideways all day long until the fourth quarter when you absolutely have to have it. Not thinking of a game specifically last year, Alabama,
Bo had a nice start. Non-con.
I kid, man. I think it will take, I don't know, man. It's difficult. You got to be in I think Mizzou, and again, I know Mizzou fans think I'm a hater, but I said the same thing about Illinois. We missed our opportunity last year to have one of those seasons. I think Mizzou missed that opportunity a few years ago to have one of those seasons when you're returning all of those players.
For sure.
The schedule was favored in your, the schedule was set up in your favor. And then you have some tough losses where you don't make the college football playoffs. I think it was the South Carolina game at South Carolina after Luther scored that touchdown, and then
you let the defense.
The
defense let him drive.
Let him drive right back down, and that was a 3-loss season if I'm not mistaken. So that was one of those years. If as a 2-loss team or a 1-loss team, you're probably in the playoffs and you have a chance. You're in the playoffs and you have a chance to make a run at it. I think that was their best opportunity, and you got to reset. Like it just takes with programs like Mizzou and like Illinois. If you don't capitalize on those moments when they're right there present in front of you, it takes time to reset the program and get right back to having those, 3-4-star players continuously on your roster. You got to recruit well. You got to hit the transfer portal well. And then you got to hit some, I don't want to say luck, but you got to have one of those years where it's like, oh crap, we came out of nowhere and we're surprising some people and we're playing extremely well as a team, as a unit. And I think that, again, Mizzou and Illinois kind of have those same, they're parallel in how they go about their seasons in the Big Ten and in the SEC is when you hit it, when you get that team that is supposed to be really good, you got to be really good. And I think both teams missed those opportunities in the last few years.
I also think in order to win a national championship, you have to have at least one of the positional groups, or obviously offense or defense would be preferable, but something has to be special on your team, and that special aspect needs to basically hide any sort of weaknesses that you may have. I don't know what was special or has been special about Mizzou under Eli Drinkwitz. That's not to say he has been a bad coach for them. He's been very good. Last year, the running game. Maybe you say maybe that was special, but against some of the premier programs, some of the top tier defenses, that running game lacked. And if you do have a special running game, it better be explosive. It better be churning out 10, 20 yards, the big runs to tilt the field in your favor. If not, it's very difficult to grind out opponents that are really good, at least multiple opponents that throughout the course of a season, which would give you enough wins to get into the playoffs and do some damage.
And see, that's why when you think about the season, Carey, that you referenced a few seasons ago when you had the best campaign from Brady Cook, when you had Luther Burden's best effort there in Columbia, when you had Stoltz, the truly special campaign on the ground from Cody Schrader. With all of those things put together, though, it was a year before expansion took place. And you still missed the field. Yeah, you went to the Cotton Bowl. Yes, you knocked off, admittedly, some largely second and third stringers from the Ohio State University. But that begs the question, I think, if you really approach this from a sobering but realistic perspective, and you're talking about qualifying for the CFP, expanded edition or not, we're not talking about the national championship here. What is the ceiling for the University of Missouri? You're paying Eli Drinkwitz as a guy who should be able to shepherd your program to that lofty territory. You're paying his assistant coaches to do as much. But at the end of the day, you're still Mizzou, and you're still, for as many transfer portal additions as this school has been able to nab, you're not competing year after year with the cream of the crop, Carey, of the SEC.
I think Mizzou probably, you asked the question, Anthony, what have they done well? They've ran the ball really well.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Beatty, Cody Schrader, Ahmad Hardy, like they've had, and I want to give credit to Curtis Looper. Loop is a fantastic running back coach and does a fantastic job with those players, getting them the ball, making sure that they're prepared, making sure they're ready to go. I said a few years ago, the game that Cody Schrader had against, I believe, Tennessee was one of the best football games I've ever witnessed from a running back. He had, I think, 200 yards rushing, 100 yards. He did not come off the field.
Exactly.
Like, it was a spectacular performance. So what I think is Mizzou might be missing out on, if you run the ball and play good defense, you don't necessarily have to have a dynamic passing attack. You gotta stop people. You got to be able to get to the quarterback. So, in my opinion, I think the one thing that they have done spectacularly is run the football. And if you can complement that with a top-end defensive effort, you probably put yourself in a position to win the SEC or be one of those top teams in the SEC and not have to rely solely so much on, well, we're not passing the ball successfully. So what? Shorten the game. If you don't have, because one thing you're not going to have, in my opinion, and I say, and again, I say the same thing that I say about Illinois, that I say about Missouri. At this point, you're not going to have the elite athletes outside to go up against the Alabamas, the Georgias, not on a consistent basis. You might sprinkle in a Luther head here and there, which is amazing. Illinois will do the same thing. But to have that player on a consistent basis, that five-star elite go-get-it receiver, if you don't have that every single year, then why the hell are you trying to pass the ball that much?
Sure.
Do what you do best. You have been, Curtis Looper does a fantastic job. Run the damn ball, play solid defense, get after the opposing quarterback, and make life hell for those offenses, and you probably find yourself a way to win more games in the SEC.
Again, not trying to shortchange Mizzou's running game, because it has been good. But if you're not explosive, then I do think you get into situations in which you trail, and then you're forced to get out of your running game.
That's why you have to have that elite defense to go with it.
Fair.
That's my point. Like, I'm not saying you can just, but if you don't have the elite defense, you can't rely solely on your running game. You have to marry those two together. Like, and when I say elite, I mean a dude or dudes, an interior defensive line, and defensive ends that pin their ears back and they go get paid at the quarterback. Let's meet at the quarterback. Let's make life hell. And then those interior guys to stop the opposing teams from being able to run on you. Like, when you're playing in Alabama last year, you shouldn't lose that game. Alabama can't run the ball.
Yeah.
But you don't have the elite outside guys to get to the quarterback to make life hell on them. So if you don't have that, complementing that with an offensive running game that is outstanding, you're probably not going to win those games. And those are the games that you need to win against an Alabama. And that's how you beat that team.
I still think, though, and look, I completely agree with you from a defensive standpoint, marrying it with the run game. If you get into a game that is, you're an underdog, or the spread is within 3, so it's a competitive game, and you don't have an explosive passing game, it's going to be difficult to win enough of those games to get into the playoffs and then do some damage once you're there. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you do not have that element, and your defense has a shakier day and you fall behind, you're going to lose those games. So I guess what we're saying is they've got to start defensively, marry that run game. But if you don't have those explosive passing games too, I think it's going to be difficult to win a national championship. In fact, I know it is.
I think you're going to have, when you're trying to out-athlete certain programs,
good luck.
Good luck. Like, and it's no offense. Like, it comes with it comes with it.
Yeah.
Like, I can go back to my time at Illinois. Like, when I played at Illinois, we actually had the athletes to play with some of those. And we lost to Ohio State twice. We beat Ohio State twice in my 4 years at Illinois. The 2 times we lost one time in overtime. The year they won the national championship, we lost in overtime. And we lost on the last-second field goal. So we lost by, I think, a total of 9 points in the 2 losses that we had.
Yeah.
But our athletes were athleting with those guys. We had 4 of our receivers all went to the NFL. Our quarterback went to the NFL. I went to the NFL. We had 3 offensive linemen that were drafted into the NFL. Like, our offense was competing with all of those guys. So it was not, if you can compete with them athlete for athlete, fine. But if you can't, you have to find an alternative route to beat those teams, and you have to be honest and upfront. Do we have the dudes to compete with those dudes in this position group? If not, I got to find another way, which is, you know what we do well? We run the damn ball really well. We out-physical you. And if you can run the ball at a team, at some point in that game, I've watched it, I've said it, I've witnessed it, from teams I've coached, from teams I've played on, whether it's happened to me or for me, when you run the ball successfully, at some point the defense breaks.
Sure.
They snap, and they can no longer withstand anything. They don't want any more. So if you can do that and make life hell for them on the defensive side, that to me is the recipe for Mizzou, for Illinois to have success, sustained success. And then you start getting those dudes on the exterior, and you're like, now we got guys that can play with those guys, and we can do the other things that we need to do.
Now, CD, to that end, quickly, schematically, have you seen enough from Corey Batoon in Como to know whether he is a ceiling raiser type of guy as the coordinator? We understand basically the calling card there. It's been predicated on winning along the edge. And Mizzou has had those dues until the second halves of seasons when, obviously, you've had them wear down progressively. What have you seen in terms of blending the concepts together? Is he an upside sort of guy? Do you still have more to extract from him?
My question would be, do you have those dudes outside and that dude under center?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have both of those, then it doesn't matter how great or how good guys are on the exterior if I don't have a guy that can get them the ball. So I don't know what Mizzou is going to do. I mean, I know Ahmad Hardy is injured, and he had the whole ordeal with the unfortunate ordeal of being shot. I don't know how the running game is going to be this year, but I know Coach Looper, and I know he gets his guys ready to play. I would lean heavily on that and then figure it out from there. That's what I would do if I wanted to have sustained success, and then we would get some of those guys continuously, 5-star guys on the exterior that can come play ball, and we can go compete with any team in the country.
That's Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. More of your Freedom Friday topics next.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
This month at Auto Centers Nissan, it's simple. More vehicles, bigger savings, one easy location. They have over 1,000 new and used vehicles right off I-55 in Hercules, Missouri, just minutes from South County. It's where my wife, Kristen, and I purchased a pre-owned Pathfinder. We love it, and we love the fact that Auto Centers Nissan has the best service station that we have seen. So whether it's a simple oil change or we need a tire rotation or brand new tires, we go through Auto Centers Nissan. Right now, if you're looking at new Nissans, they have a 2026 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Frontier models that are all available for 0% APR for 60 months. Plus, remaining 2025 Nissans have been discounted up to $12,000 off MSRP, and every new Nissan also includes their 30-day return promise. Qualified shoppers can take advantage of no payments for up to 6 months and no down payment as well. If you're not in the market for new, you're looking at pre-owned. Auto Centers Nissan is one of the largest used vehicle selections in one location with prices marked down significantly. Plus, select used vehicles are available with no money down and no payments for 3 months. Auto Centers Nissan, right off I-55 in Hercules, Missouri, just minutes from South County. Shop this month at autocentersnissan.com.
Beat the heat in true Cardinals style on Friday, June 5th, when the Cardinals host the Cincinnati Reds at Busch Stadium. That night, fans will claim a reversible Cardinals bucket hat, presented by Quick Trip. Clean and classic on one side, full ballpark fun on the other. It's made for sunny innings, backyard barbecues, and poolside weekends. All summer long, don't miss out. Get tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Andre Palante. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
The weekend starts here. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Loop with $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at cardinals.com.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Welcome to Squirrelworks, Urban Chestnut Brewing Company's new brewing laboratory, where the spirit of clever craftsmanship is the only rule. Introducing the first release, Squirrelworks Hazy IPA, a tropical, fruity, 6.6% alcohol by volume hazy IPA with a dash of fun and a hint of quirky. Think juicy vibes, bright hops, and a smooth, hazy finish that's just a little squirrely in the best way possible. Squirrelworks Hazy IPA. Look for it wherever Urban Chestnut is sold. Prost!
Sponsored by the Brooding Law Firm.
9 out of 10 cardiac arrest victims outside the hospital don't survive, but immediate CPR can triple survival chances. The American Heart Association's Metro St. Louis Heart Walk.
The NBA playoffs are on ESPN tomorrow night. The Western Conference Finals. Pregame at 6:30. Tip-off at 7. Your home for the NBA is 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Cards to crank it up with the Cubs tonight. Good afternoon. Bradford Bruns with you here. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. It's 6:15 tonight at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals and Cubs get underway. It's the opener of a 3-game set with Andre Palante facing off against Cubs left-hander Shota Imanaga. About an hour or so ago, the Cardinals opting to recall Jimmy Crooks from AAA Memphis and also selecting the contract, adding to the 40-man roster none other than Nelson Velasquez. Velasquez will be in the lineup batting fourth and is the designated hitter for tonight's contest. Also this evening, right here on 101 ESPN, we have Montreal and Carolina, a closeout opportunity for those Hurricanes. Puck drop right after 7 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. The Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Back to Bradford Bruns, who's got our next Freedom Friday topic.
Stoltz, the 636 would like to know, have any of you guys ever played rugby?
No.
Yeah, I played rugby a little bit at the beginning of high school. It's a serious sport. It's a very serious sport. Yeah. It's football without pads, basically. Different rules, obviously. But it's a cool sport, man. It really is. And when you're watching...
It looks cool.
When you're watching the top-tier teams that are playing rugby, it's cool. Guys get messed up. If you're looking the wrong way, you get drilled there, and as you're throwing the ball, get a little pass backwards, and you get lit up like a Christmas tree.
Was it the Olympics that the women's?
Yeah.
I was actually at CD. Appreciate this. I was at Mentality.
Okay.
And they had
two great locations.
Yeah, two great locations. I happen to be at the South County one. I know you usually go to the Chesterfield one.
Indeed.
So I'm CD and Anthony sent you in there. I was at Mentality, and I was watching the women's rugby teams. I don't think it was USA, but it was somebody was playing, and I was hooked. I'm like, these women are incredible at this sport, and I've never played it. I don't know the rules, but you better be tough as hell.
Well, I guess there's a team from St. Louis that's going to be representing, I believe, at the Worlds.
Oh, nice.
Coming up here.
We'll have to check that out.
Which is awesome. I know one of my really good friends, Justin Witten, a long time.
Hard-hitting Justin Witten?
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Mark's brother.
He has played rugby forever, and him and his rugby boys, they get together all the time. But it's a serious sport. It's kind of like, I've been watching. I know you brought it up one time, Carey. They got this new sport. It's basically the Oklahoma drill, and these guys are smashing into each other.
Man, it's ridiculous.
And that's like they're doing that in rugby.
Yeah, it's man-to-man, one-on-one. One guy has the rugby football, the other guy is trying to tackle him or stop him, and they are running into each other full speed and concussing themselves. I think at a younger age, I probably would have signed up for it. I saw one guy run into a guy, and they both kind of stopped each other. Then he punched the guy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
really?
too.
Okay. And then
I got
the next time they lined it up, the guy that got punched put the guy down, put him to sleep. And I was like, that's exactly how you handle that, sir.
Wow.
Handle it in between the lines.
When he punched the guy, I'm like...
He didn't even budge either.
No, but I didn't see the reason. It wasn't a big hit. It's kind of like they were just feeling each other out a little bit, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Punched him. He's like, oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we're going to do this?
Yeah. So I've never played rugby. The closest I came to, we played tackle football when I was a young lad, no pads, which was every Saturday at the school, at the local church field around the corner from my house. Every Saturday, full tackle, no pads, and it was awesome. It was glorious, Anthony.
Yeah.
I mean, it taught you about life. And keep your head on the swivel, because if not, you're going to get put down, man.
Yeah.
And we didn't worry about those concussion things. We didn't even know they were a thing at that time. Got a headache. It's been lasting for about 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Take an Advil, and you'll be all right. Drink some water.
Nothing more fun than when we get our first big snowfall up in Canada growing up, and you get all your buddies together. We call it the Snow Bowl, and you get out there and you'd play football in the snow. And it was so much
it's the
fun.
best.
You can light somebody up, but it's rather soft.
But you're also not running. You can't run that fast.
You can't run
if
that
the snow
fast.
is high, you can't really. You're not.
It's freezing cold out, but you're sweating because you're playing so hard.
Oh yeah.
It was great memories.
I always loved playing snow football. That was the best. Yeah, you try to line somebody up to crush them, and next thing you know, you're stuck in the snow, and you can't, or you lose your snow boot or your shoe. You're like, damn.
Or you get the snow down your collar.
Yeah,
and it really burns and cold, really, but then it kind of goes away. But you're like,
it's good old days. All right, Bradford.
A lot of outdoor action early in the show today from the 904. Have you ever gone offshore fishing?
Big
game hunting, I guess. Yeah, big fish.
I got a great story for you.
Let's hunt something like a human being.
Yeah, just release him and then we'll catch him. No, I've never done big game hunting like you see the people who shoot a tiger or an elephant, things like that. Never done that kind of thing. But I did go deep sea fishing one time. Actually, same day as I had the alligator. We were on the thing down.
Oh, yeah.
And so my brother and I, what was it, Captain Ron or whatever? This guy, I hired him out of the yellow.
Captain Ron.
But I hired him out of the yellow pages back then. Takes us out deep sea fishing, but he doesn't really tell us anything. So we got these lines in the water, and all of a sudden, zzz, one hits. I'm like, oh yeah, great. So he's like, here you go, gives me the thing and whatnot. He doesn't give me the harness.
Oh no.
So I'm holding this thing on my hip flexor.
Yeah.
And I'd never been deep sea fishing before.
Right.
So, you're supposed to lean in and then use your whole body, lean back. Well, I'm doing one arm curls with this thing for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I get to see it's a tarpon, which is a huge fish. It was this long as I am tall. I forget how much it weighed. It was a big fish. Took me forever to get in. When I got it in the boat, I felt like my left arm was going to fall off. I looked at him and I said, I can't fish anymore.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. I was done for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I should have put your harness on. I'm like, what do you mean? What harness?
What harness?
I'm
Ron,
paying
your
you for
boat,
this.
Captain Ron. I don't know where the harness is.
And, but it was wild, the fight. And then to get this fish that was basically bigger than me on the boat, I was like, holy. It was cool. Would I do it again? Yeah, under the right circumstances, like, I don't know, having the right equipment and being told what to do.
That would make sense. Yeah, it's probably beneficial. No, I've never done the deep sea thing. My dad, when I was a kid, and we were on vacation in Florida, we've done like the big boat. Like they used to call it the big black whale, and it's a massive boat where people can, they take you out in the ocean, you fish off the side and stuff. Yeah. But it wasn't any deep sea thing. But my uncle, I wasn't there, but my uncle caught a hammerhead once.
Oh, man.
And they got that thing up on the boat and took pictures with a hammerhead. Are you
They're
kidding
so
me?
weird, aren't they?
Yeah. Eyes on the side, little mouths. Yeah, they can jack you up. Yeah.
I've only been fishing one time in my life.
That's
Really?
it?
Once.
Hey, come over, Carey. We've got the 2 lakes at the front. We go fishing there all the time.
There you go.
Throw it out there.
Yeah. Get a little cooler. Yeah. Take the golf cart down.
So my mother-in-law, you could take Lincoln because my mother-in-law just got Lincoln like one of them little like it's a real fishing rod, but it's got like a little plastic fish in the end. So my man like all day Saturday was just fishing in the pond. Yeah. But it's just the same fish. And every time he's like, look what I caught. It's like, buddy, we can take you real fishing. I'm cool.
Let him have it.
He's got, I mean, every time but he's starting to cast it really well too at 4 years old.
Wow.
I'm like, all right.
I remember my dad, so at the lake where we grew up, we had some big fish, they're in different areas. But right around the dock was always like, little bass and perch and things like that.
Sure.
And my dad would get worms and, do the hook and you just drop it in the water. Because there's so many of them.
There.
You just
Yeah.
grab. We had a big bucket. One time we had like 50 fish in there. And we felt like we were the greatest fishermen ever. Meanwhile, you may as well have just put a net in and pulled them all out. It was inevitable that you were catching fish.
But still, I mean,
But it kept us busy for hours.
Yeah, that's the fun of it.
Then my dad was like, here I am putting worms on a hook for hours, taking fish off. He's like, yeah, it's great for you guys.
Right.
He tells us this later on in life. And he goes, so that's when I taught you how to worm your own hook and take your fish off.
Yep.
Now Dad can sit back and drink beer.
Yeah, no kidding. Boy, sons, good work.
Great catch, kid.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah.
Boy, you're 10 for 10 already. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. More of your Freedom Friday topics next.
You can now watch 101 ESPN live on our Air Alliance Team Studio Cams. Catch every show live on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. 101 ESPN Studio Cams.
Presented by the Air Alliance Team Heating and Cooling. Getting the job done quickly, correctly, 100% of the time.
This show is brought to you by FanDuel. This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Last night, OKC took a beating to the Spurs, and Spurs are forcing Game 7, and we'll see if Victor Wembanyama can do it again or if OKC can take down the San Antonio Spurs to head to the NBA Finals again. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs. Don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. That's FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns is our next Freedom Friday topic.
Frequent customer, if you will, Grant Francis fan club weighing in and asking, guys, what do you think Quinn Hughes might get on his next contract? Would Minnesota be willing to go above what it gave to Kaprizov?
I don't think they can.
Yeah.
There's a little thing called a salary cap that is in the NHL, and right now, currently, the Minnesota Wild have $14 million in cap space. So right there, immediately, you don't have 17.
Mm-hmm.
And, hockey's going to be running into a bit of a conundrum as the cap goes up and some of the top players start to get paid the way they should be paid. There's going to be a big gap in talent on some of these teams. Because if let's say the Wild just entertained giving Quinn Hughes $14 million. Say, here's your $14 million. What else do you got? You got Kaprizov and Quinn Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Boldy. But somebody's got to go, too, because you're going to need some extra cap space. So you have 2 or 3 high-end players on the team, and then what does your team look like?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate challenge for management teams is how do you build a Stanley Cup contender while keeping your stars, happy, big, fat, and fed.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge. And I think that drafting and developing is obviously the key to doing it. But even your players that are coming out of their entry-level deals, after 2 or 3 years in the NHL, teams now the strategy is to lock them up long-term and eat up some of that unrestricted free agency, keep them around. So I don't know what Quinn Hughes will get on the open market. I'm sure he could ask for almost anything and get that. What's really going to be interesting is to find out how much of the pie he wants to eat while others starve and the team can't play or can't compete.
Why would he want to eat all the pie?
What's that?
Why would he want to eat all the pie?
Well, because it's
that kind of pie is tasty.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to go for it.
Money pie.
Money can be very persuading. But yeah, he's making $7.8 million right now on his current deal, which is obviously a tremendous amount of money. Will some of these stars start to do the Connor McDavid and take a team-friendly deal to stay competitive, but with an actual general manager who knows what he's doing, as opposed to Stan Bowman in Edmonton? I think Bill Guerin, if he was gifted the opportunity to build a team around Quinn Hughes and he took less money, Bill Guerin has proven that he could do that. But will Quinn Hughes reciprocate and take under market value? I don't know.
Jamie, how many breakaways will Carolina have in the first 10 minutes of tonight's game? And what's your prediction for Game 6 against Montreal?
Yeah. My heart wants good old Canadiens to win tonight, but my head says I ain't happening. And Carolina ends this thing tonight. They've just been overwhelming Montreal. Montreal can't even get 15 shots on goal in any of the games here. It's been too much.
Are you surprised, Jim? Are you surprised the way this played out, especially after Game 1?
Yeah.
You figured Carolina was going to make an adjustment, and as you noted yesterday, they did.
They did.
But there seemingly has been zero counterpunch from Montreal. It's just like, oh, okay, they figured our game plan, boys, we're done. Like, there's been nothing.
It's just clear that systematically they made some adjustments and whatnot, but it's just clear that Carolina is more talented right now.
Mm-hmm.
I said it when the playoffs started. Montreal is way ahead of where they should be as far as being in the playoffs and now being in a conference championship. Nobody saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
But now, will Montreal, where will they be the next 2 or 3 years? Probably right back here. Because that team is that good and they're young. They've got guys under contract, 2 young excellent goalies. Dobish is their number 1 right now, but Fowler is like the blue chip prospect. He's the next one. So you've got great goaltending. The defense core, we've seen how good they are. They've got size. They've got Suzuki and Caulfield and all these great young players. I think they're a fixture. They're going to be like Carolina was, and then we'll see how or who's able to get to the finish line and actually win a Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-game coverage right here on 101 ESPN starting at 6:30 from Hot Dog Roberts. Have you guys ever been, or would you like to go skydiving, or maybe even a hot air balloon?
Yeah, so I want to do it so bad, but so I bungee jumped in the West Edmonton Mall. That was fun. Played for Team Canada at the time, World Juniors. They dropped us off the team at West Edmonton Mall and go kill some time. And me and Darcy Tucker and Nolan Baumgartner found our way over to the bungee jumping. So I ended up jumping off the top of the West Edmonton Mall. It was quite exhilarating. It was pretty cool. Ever since then, I've wanted to skydive. But here's my issue. I don't want to skydive strapped to another dude. And I know they don't let you go your first few times. You have to be like, it's like a duel or a...
It doesn't have to be a dude.
Well, I guess not. But do I get to pick then?
Sure.
If there's options, I guess. I don't know.
What if there's no options?
Then you're going with the dude.
Then you don't want it bad enough.
I feel like Ace and Gary, you know?
Well, I don't mind riding a hot guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean...
Or have him ride you.
Yeah.
In that case.
Choice is yours.
Yeah, it really is.
You're paying. So,
choose your own adventure.
You know what I mean, Jamie? If you're paying for that sort of fun, the choice is yours. Yeah.
Have a good time. What is wrong with you?
All right. I still would love to do it. I would.
I have zero interest in bungee jumping.
Same Z.
And as far as like jumping out of a plane, things like that, that might be okay. But I don't know. Doesn't get me all riled up.
I would do the bungee jumping before I did the skydiving.
I would do the skydiving before the bungee jumping.
Yeah, hell no.
Maybe one of our listeners has a plane. We can go do it. Just throw us out.
Seems safe.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Parachute. All could go wrong.
Nah, I'm good.
Can't even go on a roller coaster over here, boys.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously. Like,
really?
Carey, in a hurry.
Carey doesn't. Yeah, Carey doesn't do roller coasters.
I'm gonna send you all a video of I think it was in Galveston, Texas. A roller coaster where they were literally stuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were going up and it just got stuck. And it's 8 people.
No way.
Just sitting there.
No thanks.
Waiting on someone on a crane to come get them off. That's why I don't like roller coasters.
I'm with you.
Bad deal, man.
But, I mean, there's certainly millions of times where, you jump on that roller coaster and
you know
comes
what
to a stop at the end.
What are the odds, right?
Yeah, you jump on.
Yeah, you got to play the odds.
You got to play the odds.
Sure.
Yeah, Carey.
Okay.
At one time, it could happen. Carey's out.
And the one time it did. I told you all I took my lovely kids to Universal Studios, and my 2 older kids went on the ride. Me and my youngest daughter went on the virtual ride, the Jimmy Fallon ride through New York City. We're strapped in this virtual ride, and we're riding, and then the ride broke. And guess who's stuck in a seatbelt for 25 minutes?
Oh.
The person that is extremely claustrophobic and doesn't like to be tied down. Me. Sitting there.
That's what I heard.
That's a different environment there, Jamie. Different environment, different things going on.
My bad.
Yeah. Locked into this damn seatbelt. Normally, wish I had a little pocket knife on me. I'd have cut that thing off. Me and my daughter would have left. But I didn't. So I'm stuck.
That's not fun.
In the virtual ride. Strapped in, mad as hell.
Yeah.
You know? Not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You know what's worse, Carey? Is this one time they got that ride that you get in and it spins and like you lose gravity and it like sucks you to the wall and like the little thing like rolls up, whatever. I missed the cutoff. Like, so all my buddies were like in line and like they were like 2 or 3 people ahead of me. And they're like, they're laughing. Yeah, you got to go above now. Yeah, I'm like, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
I get out of line. I'm not going to be the only dork on there. Like, we'll just do it later.
Yeah.
The ride ends. They come off. They're covered in puke.
Oh.
Somebody threw up. And it got everybody because that thing's spinning.
Oh, God.
It's like...
You don't even know who did it either. We all got it on.
They're looking for the one person wiping their mouth. And I saw them come off and they're like, I was like, I was like, that's too bad I didn't get on that one, boys.
I enjoy roller coasters. I
love
rides.
amusement parks. I
They're
really
fun.
do.
I peaked at the mine train. That was my speed.
Really?
Admittedly, yep.
Wow.
All I could handle.
Okay.
Not
That
even
thing
kidding.
is it's a little rickety, though. I could see that one.
Maybe now.
Would you do
I could
like
handle that. I could handle it.
Would you do like the water one at like Six Flags?
Log flume? Oh, I can hang with that, sure.
No, not the log flume.
The water, what is it?
Yeah, where you're on a raft.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're.
I've done that.
So
yeah.
we did that with the
I
kids.
can swim. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Oh, the water park. You're going to the water park now.
No. That it's at like Six Flags.
Yeah,
it's like it's on a raft and it drops off and whatever.
Yes.
But we did that with the kids last summer. So it was me, Kristen, Killian, and Madeline because the little guy was he was 3, so we didn't take him. And Madeline and I were the two that got freaking soaked. Like it's only like 1 or 2 spots, and that thing just gets spinning just enough to get nailed again by the water.
And the next thing you're
nailed again. And you're like,
I had one of those days too.
Soaked and we went that was like the first ride we did because we're idiots.
I actually was with my
soaked
brother
the entire time
and a couple other friends, and I thought he did it on purpose to put me in that seat.
Yeah.
Because every time we were spinning into like an area, I got doused.
Boom.
And it would turn back the other way.
Yeah.
I got doused.
Yeah, you're like, what? This isn't going to happen again.
It was fun the first couple times. I was like, okay, dude, like uncle.
Right. Let's get everybody else now.
Yeah, somebody else. Like,
No, Madeline and I just.
By the way, apparently that ride is called the Gravitron.
When you stuck to the wall? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Thunder River, the ladder. Okay.
Thunder River is the ride.
Thunder River was I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Either way.
Log flume, a little different.
It sounds like the sketch with Chris Farley from old school SNL, the one with George Clooney. He's just consistently getting absolutely hit by the water over and over again. Shamu, no!
Yeah, he's the only one. That is funny. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Man, it's Gauntlet time already? Holy
It's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
That's a beautiful thing. All right, well, Bradford, do we need somebody?
We are good to go, sir. Chris will be with us.
Chris will join us next for the Gauntlet here on 101 ESPN.
The Redbird Report, your front row seat to all things Cardinals. From the dugout to the diamond, BK and T-Bone go deep with the latest news, notes, and analysis. Watch the Redbird Report on YouTube or listen online at 101ESPN.com.
Hey, this could be tonight your last chance to go see the Battlehawks at home. Now, we already know they made the playoffs, but we don't know whether or not they're going to secure home field advantage. But tonight, you've got the matchup against the Renegades, and it should be a fun night. In fact, it all gets started right now, 4 to 6:30. So if you're heading down, head down a little bit early, and you can take part at the plaza, at the party at the plaza. And when it comes to the Battlehawks games, they're a lot of fun. Kids can go. It's kids friendly. In fact, tonight, Archie bobblehead for the first 10,000 fans, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson. You can also sign up for the Battlehawks Kids Club. You have a chance to rule the turf during the pregame. But I was telling you about that tailgate. It's from 4 to 6:30. It's a party on the plaza. They have Archie out there. You can go hang out with him. Try the new 360 photo booth and challenge yourself in the QB toss. They also have the combo ticket for your game day flavor, ticket, hot dog, chips, and a drink for $30. Again, ticket, hot dog, chips, and a drink, all included for $30. You can feed the flock for Battlehawks football. If you're looking for that ticket, still an opportunity to head down there tonight. Visit UFLBattlehawks.com for details. Again, visit UFLBattlehawks.com for details. Tonight at the Dome, 7 o'clock, Dallas Renegades and our Battlehawks. They'll square off in the final regular season game of the season.
WXOS, WXOS HD1 East St. Louis. 101 ESPN is driven by Auto Centers Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty and 30-day return. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4:03, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh today. And we welcome in Chris to the Gauntlet. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how we doing? Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, man. Happy Friday to you. Happy Freedom Friday to you. We got the weekend upon us. And do we have it right? You're a first-timer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Text in occasionally. Long-time listener, but happy to be here.
Well, we appreciate you listening, and thanks for playing today. Would you like to take on Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, or me in round 1?
Let's go Jamie. Why not?
Okay, Jamie Rivers. Ready to rock. Oh, you wrote down, Jamie? You predicted that?
He did.
CD?
Yeah. Okay. All right, Chris, good luck, man.
Hey, there you go. Hey, good luck to you too, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so Jamie's going to head his way into the cone of silence. And, Chris, you're going to tell Bradford to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Bradford.
All right, Chris, what are you hoping for category-wise?
I know there's a little bit of a jinx with the wheel, and I might not be superstitious, a little stitious, but if we can hold off from random, that'd be great, but we'll take whatever.
Chris is in luck. It's not random.
Okay.
It's football instead.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
I like that.
All right, so you're going to get 4 football-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions, thank you, Bradford, are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So our guy, Jamie's in the cone of silence right now. Bradford, I'm going to give Bradford a second to find the other launch codes here. Bradford's got a lot going on. Did you not print off all of them?
I think we may be lacking one.
Okay, that's all right. All right. Well, we'll get it started here.
A quick Google question can't hurt.
Yeah. Go ahead. Google your own question there, Chris, and give us the option. No, here we go. All right. Chad Johnson played in the NFL for 11 seasons, 10 with the Bengals, and 1 with which team?
Oh, man. This sucks because I should know this for sure. I got 2 that are coming to me. I'm going to go ahead and take the options, even though I should know this.
You got the Patriots, the Jets, or the Bucks?
The Patriots. Final answer.
Okay. Do we have any other copy? Here, I'll just pass it along here. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
You got it.
All right, question number 2. Which college did quarterback Dante Culpepper attend?
Oh. Yeah, this could be way off. Florida State, for some reason, is ringing a bell. But give me the options on that just to see what we're working with.
Is it University of South Florida, Marshall, or University of Central Florida?
Well, I almost just want to stay with the Florida thing because out of all those, I have no idea. We're going to go Central Florida. Final answer.
All right, Chris, question number 3. 5 running backs had at least 40 touches for the Arizona Cardinals last season. James Conner, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, Imari DiMercado, and who else?
Oh, did Trey Benson get hurt before 40 touches? Oh, dude, I feel like he did, but another Arizona running back name. Can you rattle off those that before this last option?
Sure. James Conner, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, Imari DiMercado.
Gosh. And I did not have Arizona Cardinals on my fantasy team. let's go Trey Benson. Final answer.
Okay. All right, question 4, Chris. Before Tom Brady came calling, this sackmaster was the only player with 5 Super Bowl rings. So before Tom Brady, who had 5 Super Bowl rings?
Oh, man. All those top guys. I was thinking, give me the options, and hopefully we can narrow it down to that final 1 or 2.
All right, Charles Haley, Deacon Jones, or Mean Joe Green?
I'm going to go Deacon Jones. Final answer.
All right, let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence. Chris, how you feeling?
Not ideal after listening for so long. I feel like normally I feel comfortable with 2 without the options, but to have to go with the options that many times does not make me feel as great as I'd like.
Oh, well, hey, let's see how Jamie does. Go ahead, right. Jamie. Jamie's putting his earbuds in right now. Okay. Chris versus Jamie in football.
I love football.
Football.
Normally I'd wish you the best, but, can't say so today.
I respect it.
Back along,
but hey, you're a swell guy.
I respect that. Thank you, Chris. You're a swell guy, too.
All right, Jamie, question 1.
Yeah.
Chad Johnson played in the NFL for 11 seasons, 10 with the Bengals, and 1 with who?
The Patriots? I feel like it was the Patriots. What's the Patriots?
We're asking you.
Give me the options.
Sure. Buccaneers, Jets, or Patriots?
Yeah, Patriots. Final answer, please.
Question number 2.
Damn it.
What school did Dante Culpepper attend?
He went to college.
Yeah, I know. Which college?
Oh, which college? Oh, yeah. I was just talking to Mike Ryder about that, actually. Give me the options, please.
University of South Florida, Marshall, or University of Central Florida?
Central Florida. Final answer.
All right, Jamie, question number 3. 5 running backs had at least 40 touches for the Arizona Cardinals last season. They were James Conner, Michael Carter, Emari DeMarcado, Bam Knight, and who else?
Can you do that again, please? I apologize.
Sure. The 5 running backs to total 40 touches for the Cardinals last season. They were James Conner, Michael Carter, Emari DeMarcado, Bam Knight. Who else?
Options.
Options are Jamal Williams, Trey Benson, DJ Dallas.
Trey Benson. Who's the first one you said?
That would have been Jamal Williams.
I don't think it was Trey Benson. Final answer.
So Trey Benson, final answer?
Yeah, I did, Anthony.
All right, final question. Before Tom Brady came along, this sackmaster was the only player with 5 Super Bowl rings.
Oh, wow. Okay. 5. Sackmaster. I could take forever doing this. Just give me the options.
Charles Haley, Deacon Jones, or Mean Joe Green?
It's got to be Mean Joe Green. The maths. Mean Joe Green. Final answer.
Okay, let's go over these. Chris versus Jamie. Chad Johnson played in the NFL for 11 seasons, 10 with the Bengals, and 1 with which team? Jamie took the options, 1 with the Patriots.
I hate myself for this.
Chris said the Patriots. Correct answer is
New England Patriots.
Both needed the options. We got a 1-1 tie.
Idiot.
What college did quarterback Dante Culpepper attend? Jamie went with UCF. Chris went with UCF.
Oh.
Correct answer is
UCF it is.
both of you needed the options. We get a 2-2 tie. 5 running backs had at least 40 touches for the Arizona Cardinals last season. They were James Conner, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, Amari DiMercado, and who else? Jamie went with Trey Benson. Chris went with Trey Benson.
Wow.
Correct answer is
Trey Benson.
You both needed the options on that one as well. So we have a 3-3 tie. Going into this last question.
No.
Before Tom Brady came along, this Sackmaster was the only player with 5 Super Bowl rings. You okay, Carey?
I didn't. Did Chris need the options?
He
didn't take the options.
I needed the options for 3.
He didn't take the options.
For Trey Benson.
He did not.
That is correct.
Yeah, he
Confirmed.
didn't take the
My
options.
bad.
Yep.
I put the little with.
Yeah, he did it without the options.
Chris didn't need the options for that one.
Get those options so I could hear myself.
There you go. My bad, Chris.
So what's the
I
score then?
apologize.
All good.
Chris is now up 4-3.
4-3.
My bad.
I don't like where this is going.
Last question. Before Tom Brady came along, this Sackmaster was the only player with 5 Super Bowl rings. You both took the options. You have different answers. The only question in which you guys had different answers. Jamie went with Mean Joe Green. Chris went with Deacon Jones. If it's Mean Joe Green, we've got ourselves a walk-off. If it's Deacon Jones, Chris wins. If it's Charles Haley, Chris wins. Chris.
You have chosen wisely.
Correct answer is
Charles Haley.
How about those Cowboys and Charles Haley?
Charles Haley.
Where else did he play?
49ers.
That's it. I was worried about that.
Niners.
I was worried
Way to go,
about
Charles Haley. That's what I'm talking about.
Chris, congratulations. You knock off Jamie in football today. My bad on the Trey Benson question. It was funny. I was writing down stuff, and I looked at Bradford at one point. I go, 3, 4. Wait. I missed the
all good, brother.
Without the options. Yeah. Chris, congrats, man. You get to party all weekends. It's the best, man. When you went on a Friday, you get to party all weekend. You'll be back on Monday.
Feels good. Get the grill out.
Yep, there you go.
There you go, buddy. Congratulations, man. Good job today.
Hey, yep.
Good job, Chris.
Appreciate you, Jamie. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk later.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Chris.
Have a good one.
We'll give you a call Monday. That's a tough one, man.
Well, I was thinking in my head, I said, Mean Joe Green, and where my brain went was all those teams that he played, and I was like, okay. But then, as I thought of Charles Haley, I go, what if he? Oh no.
Yeah, Cowboys and Niners.
Yeah.
He was part of the 2 best teams in the late 80s and early 90s. Yeah.
The number was 5, as in the number of copies I should have printed to be safe.
Yeah, Bradford did not print enough copies for us, so there was a little bit of a scramble there. He had to read it off the computer. Carey had to go off memory after I gave him the copy the one first time.
Impressive.
Yeah. All right, so Jamie's going to the penalty box.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We've got more Freedom Friday coming at you, though, here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Need more blues talk? Check out the Last Minute Blues podcast with Alex Ferrario, Donnie Fandango, and Jeremy Rutherford on 101 ESPN. The guys bring you the latest news and notes on your St. Louis Blues. Watch or listen to the Last Minute Blues podcast on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. Nominate yourself to be the Morning After Listener of the Month, and you could be selected and score a Form Energy prize pack. Sign up now at 101ESPN.com or TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club is presented by Form Energy. We do the work. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
More Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. And he's got your latest Freedom Friday topic.
Stoltz, question from the 636. Obviously, Cardinals and Cubs getting going with their series in a matter of hours here downtown. Will this weekend's series feel a little more like vintage Cardinals-Cubs at Busch Stadium? What do you think?
I think it will. It sucks that the Cardinals have, they just got swept by Milwaukee, so it takes a little of that excitement away. But it's a weekend series at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals have played very well up until just recently, and the Cubs were on a 10-game losing streak, and now they've, I think they've won. But they won back-to-back games. I know they snapped it the other night. I think they did win back-to-back against the Pirates. Yeah, they beat Skeens last night.
Yeah, roughed him up a bit.
Yeah, so
sorry, Marshy.
It's weird. It's like the Cardinals were playing better, for the last 2 weeks, better than the Cubs, but the last couple of games, the Cubs have kind of figured things out where the Cardinals have hit a bit of a skid. I do think, Jamie, that we're going to see maybe not a packed house at Busch Stadium over the weekend, but pretty close. I think this is going to be a ruckus crowd.
Yeah.
Crowd.
All the above. It might be slightly cloudy out, too.
You never know. Yeah.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, Anthony.
Very true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I think it's going to be fun. This is the atmosphere you want. If you're a Cardinals fan, a Cubs fan, when the Cardinals play the Cubs, you want it to mean something. And in the last couple of years, it's still fun. The atmosphere is great, but it didn't really mean a whole heck of a lot.
No, it didn't.
It didn't. And so now with both teams fighting for a wild card spot, although it's still relatively early in the season, it just feels like it means more. And I think that the tarps off trend that started way back when, and now the Cardinals are back for 9 in a row, I think we said earlier, Bradford?
Yeah.
I think this has the opportunity of being a lot of fun for Cardinals fans, and what better way to kick it off than have a 3-gamer against the Cubs?
Let me throw this one at you guys. In the course of this season already, and obviously we are not quite into June as of yet, the Cubs have been able to achieve a 10-game winning streak and have obviously absorbed a 10-game losing streak. The expectations were incredibly high before 2024, as well they should have been, when this organization hired Craig Counsell away from the Brewers. 92-win season a year ago. 5 years, $40 million. Still, to my knowledge, the highest paid manager in the game. If this team doesn't make real noise down the stretch, and I'm talking about postseason, really spinning it forward, do you think in that market this could maybe be a point of contention that maybe Craig Counsell isn't necessarily as long for the Windy City as we would have thought?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. You pay a manager that much, you bring him in from Milwaukee, you basically say this guy's a winner. This guy's a proven winner. If I'm a Cubs fan, which I am not, if I'm a Cubs fan, I'm looking at it at the situation saying, I wonder if it's just more Milwaukee system. The way that Milwaukee scouts their players, the way that they get trades, drafting, all of that, the development of those players, the way that the roster is set up leads to the success. And it wasn't Craig Counsell and his magic. It was more so just the organization. Because Milwaukee continues to win in the same way.
Murphy's proving it.
Yes.
Pat Murphy, is he the next $40 million guy? Because if you thought Counsell was, where's Counsell's teams the last couple of years, and where are the Brewers the last couple of years?
Milwaukee has been better.
Yeah. So then
you can't necessarily say, Jamie, that the rosters that the Cubs don't have a better roster overall.
Well, and their payroll's a lot higher too.
Yeah.
This is why I don't give too much credit to the manager. I don't give too much blame to the manager, because Pete Crow Armstrong is batting ninth, or has been. Like, he's not been good this year. Dansby Swanson.
That woman in Chicago got in his head.
She did. She pissed him off, and he was dead wrong.
That was so
dead wrong.
Yeah.
You just don't respond, man. You having a rough day. You having a rough year.
Let it go.
Don't take the bait. And it was weird because I didn't realize they were playing the White Sox because the guy next to her had a Chicago Cubs jersey.
Right.
So I'm figuring out, why the hell are you yelling at your own fans? Turns out she was a White Sox fan.
She was a White Sox fan.
Okay, I got it. It took me a while, but I had to realize what the hell was going on.
Happy at that point? Like, yeah, take that.
Man. Not what it was said or alleged.
The White Sox crowd, the White Sox fan base, a little rougher than the Cubs fan base. Cubs fans are typically happy-go-lucky, party atmosphere. White Sox fans, very bitter and pissed off.
Well, they have a lot to be pissed off about.
Yeah, they certainly do. Yeah. And that's not like the last couple of years. I'm 44. It's been about 44 years to my knowledge the White Sox fans have been this way.
They had one good year, Anthony.
They did. They won the World Series.
Won it all, man.
Yeah.
Good times.
Bobby times, great oldies.
Shutting it down.
But yeah, Dansby Swanson is batting like 180. Pete Crow Armstrong just got out of the hundreds, I think, here in the last
they've been terrible.
3 or 4 weeks. Like, you can't put that on the manager. Tell
them to hit better.
Tell them to play, man. Hell, I don't know what you want me to do. I go, what are you mad at? You can't manage anymore. No, he can't hit anymore. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault this guy sucks.
So for me, I just feel like, sometimes we give managers too much credit and too much blame. But I hope they keep stinking. Hell, don't start until next year.
Well said.
Yeah. Offensively, though, this is the PCA we saw in the second half of last season. I'm not taking anything away from the defensive credentials. This is a guy we saw. So maybe a lot of people around baseball, a little quick to anoint him as that impact bat in the middle of that order. We'll see. Splashback Deuce taking it in a different direction. What is the strangest food you guys have ever consumed?
Oh, man.
Well, Jamie Mietza is for him. He doesn't know what he ate. He just ate it.
Yeah.
Miesa, no idea. Kuritsa was chicken. I know that. I think it was chicken anyways. The weirdest thing that ever happened to me was we had a team dinner in Russia. I was there for about a week to 10 days and had been struggling to find food that I enjoyed. So I thought to myself, we're going to the restaurant after. It's like the guys are all bringing their families. And it's a big thing. It's like, okay, this should be good. They're telling me, they're charading to me that it's going to be tons of food, like lots. I was like, okay, got to be something I like here. And there really wasn't. And I'll never forget they brought, and they were all so excited when they brought this giant turtle out.
Oh.
Giant
turtle,
like took up the whole friggin' table, and they put him down. And I'm like, this is not like a roast, like a pig. Like it's not like
it's a turtle.
It's a turtle. I'm like, where are we going with this?
Yeah,
and they pulled the shell off the turtle.
Oh,
and all of it's just a liquid stew type thing in the turtle.
Oh no!
So they cooked
the turtle was sick.
It really was.
Apparently, what they do is they cut the shell off, fill the turtle with all sorts of different things and whatnot, put the shell back on, and like roast it for an extended period of time. So then they peel it like literally like. And then they're like lining up quickly with their little bowls and they're scooping stuff out and like nom 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 nom. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't eat.
Yeah,
I didn't eat. I drank.
Lisa said, "OMG, please stop!" in all caps.
I'm sorry,
that poor turtle.
And
is that like turtle soup? Because I've had that.
No, it wasn't like that.
It
was a little different, Carey. So I put that up to. I didn't eat it, so I don't know. I guess
I can't say that I've had something. I haven't been too adventurous. The only thing that was that's coming to me is it was kind of unique, I guess, because it's different. You wouldn't think of the combination. It's the first time I ever had it. It was we were at a restaurant in New York. It was duck served over mac and cheese. It was incredible.
That's kind of like a lobster mac.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome. And I know that, but that's not like people. I feel like people have had duck before. It's not that unique or it's not that adventurous. But just the combination of the two, I'm almost like, why would I eat duck and mac and cheese? I'm like, let me try the duck and mac and cheese. It was awesome.
Now you're like, why have I not been doing this?
Yeah,
missing out, man.
And I've searched at other places for that Duck Mac that Duck Mac combo.
They haven't been able to find it.
Make it at your house, Anthony. Just fire up the duck, mix it in with the mac and cheese.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good call. Yeah,
Make
sure.
it your own.
Make it your own.
Yeah.
Your own adventure. Yep. All right, it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. I guess we do the Sports Six-Pack, but really it's just a shortened version of Freedom Friday. So, Sports Six-Pack, Freedom Friday edition, next.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
We want to hear from you. Use the Scott Lee Mic Drop feature on the 101 mobile app. Give us your opinion on anything St. Louis sports with a mic drop.
Brought to you by the Scott Lee Heating Company.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
Marmol shuffles the batting order for St. Louis. Good afternoon. Bradford Bruns here with your Sports Center update, brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Tonight at 6:15 downtown, the Cardinals kick off a 3-game set and a 9-game homestand. The opponent at first, the Chicago Cubs. Manager Ollie Marmol starting his order with J.J. Weatherholt as per usual, then Ivan Herrera and Jordan Walker. However, in the cleanup spot tonight, it's the designated hitter and new call-up from Memphis. It is Nelson Velasquez. Also this afternoon, Jimmy Crooks brought up from the AAA Redbirds. He is not in the lineup this evening. However, the pitching matchup pairing is going to be Andre Palante going up against Cubs lefty Shota Imanaga. Later this evening on the ice, Montreal currently facing a 3-1 deficit in the Eastern Conference Final versus Carolina. The Hurricanes with that closeout opportunity right here on 101 ESPN. The puck drop at 7 p.m. The Sports Center update was brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Two former pros and one average Joe. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
I have a question.
It's time for The Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Bradford Bruns with question 1.
Question number 1.
Gentlemen, when are we going to start viewing Andre Palante, tonight's St. Louis starter, based on this season's work instead of how he pitched last year?
Say that again.
So Andre Palante, when are we going to start looking at his work through the lens of this year's performance and not what he was a year ago?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and that's a fair question. Well, how many starts do we have for Andre Palante?
He's looking for win number 6 tonight, so he's above 10.
So he's got, thank you, Bradford. Tonight will be his 11th start. Okay, yep, you're dead on. Here's the conundrum. We've seen this out of Andre Palante in the past. First as a reliever, then a little bit as a starter, and then we saw the shaky version of Palante as a reliever. Then we saw the shaky version of Palante as a starter. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that Andre Palante hits a bit of a dip, and there's some issues. Does he work out of them and get back to this version that we've seen to the start of the season with Andre Palante? I still think we're in that zone where we can't just say, you know what, everything we saw before and everything we saw last year, that's all gone. This is the Palante that's real. You certainly love what you see, though. So I guess I still have a cautious approach or take on Andre Palante. I don't know how you guys feel. He's been great. Don't get me wrong. He's been great. But there's still in the back of my head some of the performances that we saw over the last year and a half.
I think what you just said is exactly what Bradford's asking. Honestly, is because
I'm not there yet.
Is because he has battled almost every year he's been a Cardinal. You're like,
right.
Because he doesn't wow you with velocity, because he's not a strikeout king, although he's picked up a few more swings and misses here recently. I think we will forever have question marks. Because when you have a pitcher that isn't named Greg Maddux, that is a pitch to contact or, soft hit rate against him, you're always going to wonder, when's it going to burst?
Right.
When's the bad inning? When's the bad game? When's it going to catch up to it? Because eventually somebody's going to, they're going to time him up. They're going to do it. Like, I think this is the battle Palante has for probably the remainder of his career.
And we've even seen that with Michael McGreevy in his last 2 turns.
We have. There. And so I think just because of the style of pitcher that Palante is, we're always going to be kind of holding our breath a little bit.
I think that's fair. CD, where are you at on this?
I am a believer that Palante has figured some things out.
Okay.
And I think that he is proving, if you're just consistent, doing your job every outing, every opportunity you get, I think that you start to earn more credibility from your teammates, from your manager, the coaching staff, and the fans. And so if we were right now, I would say let Palante cook. Let him do his thing. I trust him enough to say that he's going to continue to just be this very consistent pitcher that he's shown thus far this year.
At the very least, he's made the specter of next year look a lot more interesting because you don't exactly have a ton of dudes right now at the AAA level, starting pitching-wise, banging down the door, whether it's injury-related, performance-related, whatnot. So I do think maybe it becomes a little more interesting heading into next season if you can sustain the success.
Question number 2.
All right, guys, from Danny Beefcake, are there any international players, not draft eligible, mind you, the Blues could be looking at to sign this offseason?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
We'll investigate.
Yeah. If you're asking me to do a deep dive on the second league in Germany for the next 18-year-old.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, he could be there. Could be there. What I'd like to see is, and there's always going to be a layer of difficulty there, but I really believe the KHL is an excellent league. They have a lot of really high-end talent over there. They play a really solid defensive game. The forwards are required to be 200-foot players, but the problem is that league has enough money to keep its homegrown talent at home. And you're seeing some of the guys who are being drafted by the NHL, and they're still 2 or 3 year contract in the KHL, and you don't always get the guy. So that would be one where I think if you could do a deep dive into the KHL, but you'd have to go like to the second league because they don't play any of their young players. I've ever told you this, by the way?
No.
So when I played over there, was a Russian Super League, which was way different than the KHL. But as far as like the coaching philosophy was the same. If you weren't over 21 or 22 years old, you had no chance of playing.
Really?
But you'd practice every day and you'd dress for the game and you'd sit on the bench for the entire game. We had 3 players that never touched the ice.
But always dressed.
Always dressed. And then even when we had injuries within the game, they wouldn't play. It was wild.
Come again?
Yeah, but 2 of the 3 ended up going on to have really good Russian careers. Like they were good players. It's like a thing. Like no, you earn your stripes, so to say. It's very
no kidding.
I don't know.
Yeah,
old school.
Sure.
But those are the players you gotta have somebody scouting a team. Like let's say it's Dynamo Minsk. And you have to scouting the practices and just take a flyer, like a 7th round pick on who knows this guy. He looks great in practice. A big kid. He's flying around. Let's take a shot at this guy because he's not going to be signing the big deal in the KHL because they're not even letting him play really. Those are the players that you can find a little bit of a diamond in the rough, and all of a sudden you have Pavel Datsyuk that came out of nowhere. And you're like, who the hell is this guy who can't even walk upright?
Yeah.
Seriously, he was like all decrepit, and then he was like Kaiser Sose in that movie. Like he was all
At the end, he starts walking.
And then as soon as he puts his hockey gear on, it's like, whoosh, he's normal, and he's like dancing guys out of their shoes. It was unbelievable. The first time I saw him walk down the hallway at training camp, I thought he was like a helper for the team. And I was with Holly.
This is Datsyuk?
Datsyuk,
oh,
yeah.
Wow.
He's walking and he's like one leg kind of dragging. And I'm like, oh, I'm being nice. I go,
yeah.
That's so nice he's helping out. Like, it's great that he's part of this. Then he started putting his gear on. I look at Holly, I go, huh? I go, Holly, what is this? He goes, just wait. I go, wait. He goes, just wait.
He knew.
And then he got out there, and he was the magic man. Like, now you see him. Now you don't. Puck's in the net. Don't know what's going on. It was unreal. And then, like, he was not very big, and guys would take a run at him. And he'd kind of act like he didn't see you, and then, bam, like reverse shoulder. And guys would get lit up. Like, bam, down to the ice. And then he's like,
awesome.
Or he'd act like he's going to, and then through your legs and around you. You go YouTube Pavel Datsyuk one day, you'll be like, oh my God, this guy's not human.
Yeah.
And yet he walked around like Kaiser Sose off the ice, like can't even barely move his feet, and it was wild.
That's
the player you got to find.
Yeah. One of those.
Some kid training in a basement in Chernobyl. You know?
Yeah.
Banished.
Question number 3.
Let's talk movies. Not the usual suspects per se, but from the 314 guys, not including Training Day. What is your favorite Denzel Washington movie?
Oh, wow.
I got a couple.
He's got a lot of great. I love. Why am I escaping me right now?
Remember the Titans?
Yeah, Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Training Day is obviously a great movie.
The Equalizer.
That's
the first one was awesome.
I like all 3.
Yeah, I do too. The first one's really good.
The first, yeah.
When he walks in and he
starts looking at his watch.
Yeah,
what's the other basketball one?
Basketball.
Basketball for
Ray
Denzel.
Allen.
Oh, he got game.
He got game. Yeah, that was a great one. That was Jesus Shuttlesworth.
I like that movie.
I like that, and I like the American Gangster. Like I think he was out. That to me was one of his best movies. I loved American Gangster.
Curb Stomp, 75. Man on Fire. That's a good one.
It is.
Yeah. I think Remember the Titans is probably the best.
We're definitely. I'm looking it up right now because we've got to be forgetting. He's been in so many movies.
Oh, Book of Eli was outstanding. I can watch Book of Eli at any point as well.
The Hurricane was great.
Yeah, Hurricane was great.
Philadelphia in the 90s. I'll give you a bit more of an under-the-radar pick. The movie for which he won his first Academy Award, supporting role, late 80s, Glory.
Yeah, Glory was really
fantastic.
Good. Glory was great. John Q. I like that one.
The Pelican Brief was great,
I don't know
too.
if I remember John Q.
John Q is when he was...
Malcolm X?
Malcolm X, yeah, definitely. John Q is when he was, his son was sick, and they wouldn't give him the transplant.
Yeah.
And he, took over the hospital and was like, you're going to give
You're going to do this now.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Deja Vu?
No.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Training Day is really good at the end, which apparently he
ad-libbed.
He ad-libbed. I was going to say improv. He didn't improv it, but he did ad-lib.
Yeah, it was both. Improv, He did that on his own. And they let's keep it in here.
Yeah. Because it was one of his first movies. I forget his name. Ethan
Hawke?
No.
Not Ethan Hawke.
No, Cheeseburger Eddie. The ripped guy. What's his name?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Terry Crews. That was one of his first roles.
Yeah.
He was on set, because he's one of the guys that lives in the complex that Denzel Washington, he starts speaking to those guys, and Terry Crews was talking about just being mesmerized by the monologue that Denzel gives.
It's funny because I forget who they were talking to. It was a young actor recently, and they were talking about the ad-libbing and whatnot, and he goes, it's funny, if I decide to ad-lib, they stop it immediately and tell me to do what I'm supposed to do. He goes, but then you've got De Niro and Denzel and Jim Carrey, where some of their most famous scenes are ad-libs. Or just they just change the whole thing and do something completely different, and then the actors around them know it's not scripted, and they go with it.
Right.
Because some of the greatest moments are the spur of the moment changing of the scene or whatever.
Definitely.
But then the young actors just no. Stick to the
script, Brooke. Yeah, I think Dumb and Dumber, there's a bunch of scenes like that where they walked in when they were wearing the matching tuxedos. Yeah, that was all.
I was ad-lib.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Text line's coming through. Crimson Tide, Pelican Brief. Unstoppable.
Fallen.
Fallen was crazy.
Fallen was creepy.
Yes. John Goodman, St. Louis's own too.
Yeah.
What was the song in that movie?
I can't. I know what you.
Time. It's the one about time.
Time is on my side.
And then the one person walking by singing it. Oh man, you're like,
get your creepy ass away from me.
You're not you anymore. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We got another Freedom Friday topic coming at you next here in the Fastlane on 101 ESPN.
Sunday, international soccer is on ESPN. The USA men's national team in Senegal. Kickoff at 2:30. This is 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun. Let's get dirty, St. Louis, with my friends over at Dirt Cheap. Look, it is a wonderful time of year right now. Lots of parties going on. Grad parties are still kicking. We could talk about Father's Day's coming up. Your dad, get him that nice bottle of wine, maybe a nice bourbon over at Dirt Cheap. 4th of July is right around the corner. And on the weekends, we know people are headed up to the lake. Why go spend more money at the lake? Get the best stuff and the best deals right here in St. Louis from My friends over at Dirt Cheap, they've got several locations all over the city of St. Louis, and the selection's fantastic. I was just in there the other day getting everything ready for a big party we're having at the Rivers House, and they had absolutely everything. And when I didn't know where something was, I talked to the customer service representative, and they'd point me in the right direction. They had a few suggestions as far as wines are concerned. Just awesome what they do over at Dirt Cheap. And they've got an awesome app that you can download and you can save immediately. Every dollar you spend at Dirt Cheap earns you points that you can use in the store. And that goes a long way. I just ended up using a bunch of points the other day. I loved it. The app is simple to download, really easy to use, and it lets you in on certain events that are coming up, in-store specials, as well as tastings and raffles and so much more. But you do have to download that app. For any other information, you can always visit dirtcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's dirtcheapfunfun.com. Whatever your tastes, you will find it at Dirt Cheap. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
Buckle up. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
All right, we're going to do Bet the Board right now because I was just reminded that Carey suspended me yesterday for my attitude. He said 5 to 6. I've been suspended for the rest of the show. Yep. So we are going to do Bet the Board.
Let's go, baby.
And it is the last day of the
there's
month.
A few more days in the month.
For Bet the Board.
A few more days in the month.
Hey, you're fine, Anthony.
Yes, except for Monday is June 1st.
No.
Well, if you care, you just could bet that anyway.
Yeah, true. Yeah. No big deal. All right, so Bradford, you had the standings for us.
Yeah, fortunately, buddy, you are still in the driver's seat with 13, courtesy of being the only guy here to have nailed to that pick yesterday. OKC and San Antonio went under. Somebody picked, let's see, money line in that one. Wasn't so awesome, but Yeah, that would be me.
That would be you.
That would have been me.
What did I pick? What did I have? Jordan Alvarez?
You did, Carey. So, yeah, Stoltz nailed it. He has 13. Marshy Skeens was mortal once again, so he stays at 11. Jamie currently in third, 10 points. The Rangers beaten down by Houston 5-1. And Carey in that same game, Jordan Alvarez, he reached courtesy of the walk. He came around to score, but he didn't do anything else, sir.
All right, it's on me. Give me the Braves on the money line, the Pirates on the money line, the Rangers on the money line, the Yankees on the money line, the Blue Jays on the money line tomorrow, the Braves on the money line tomorrow, and the Pirates on the money line tomorrow as well. And give me Shohei 1.5 hits, runs, RBI tonight.
How many is that?
8.
Oh, boy.
I'll play it back.
Well, he'll write it down and put it in.
Yeah, he'll send it to the group.
I'll have to play it back.
Is Marshy now?
Technically,
Jamie
it's
now.
you.
Oh, it's me? Oh.
Yeah, because for those that don't know, we go in reverse order
Give me the answer, brother.
Sorry, I got it wrong,
on the
Carey.
last
I was
day.
answering for you, brother. Sorry.
It's the way you answered.
Everybody kept their
I
parlays,
said
huh?
Jamie now.
All right, here we go.
This is the first time that everybody kept their parlays
Probably.
I think
for
so.
the end of the month. I think so.
Hockey tonight. Give me the over 5.5, minus 110. Give me over in the first period, minus 115. Give me the Braves on the money line, minus 136. Give me the White Sox on the money line, minus 112. And give me the Brewers on the money line, minus 143.
Brew Crew. All right, Marsh did text us earlier. And he's got his parlay, which is Dobesh over 29.5 saves. Pirates on the money line. I don't know what they're at. Andre Palante, 4+ Ks. And either pitcher, Wroblewski or Wheeler, 7+ Ks at minus 132.
Either?
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Hey, check that one. Never heard of that pick.
Yeah. Marsh seems like he's cheating.
He does do that. He throws in these random things that you've never heard of before.
Right.
And we're like,
Throw you
oh,
off your game.
So that would be 15. You know what? I gotta go 2 here. All right, give me the over 3.5 goals tonight for the Hurricanes. Over 3.5 goals for the Hurricanes is at minus 125. I will also take, because March just laid out a 4-teamer. I'm gonna go with, I like Jamie's selection of the White Sox at minus 112. Thank you, against the Detroit Tigers. So I'll just go 2. That way, if Marsh winds up hitting his, then we got to walk off on Monday.
What if I hit all mine?
How many points do you have?
Yeah, well, I'm, 3 behind Stoltz?
Correct.
Yeah.
Carey, you're 6 behind.
I got a
I thought it
5-legger.
was 7.
Stranger things have happened.
6.
Am I 6 behind or 7 behind?
6 behind. You have
7.
7 for the month so far.
All right.
6, 7.
Take the Shohei off of mine. I'll see it.
Oh, jeez. You already made it. Man.
Shohei already got it? Oh, well, leave him on there.
No. You already made the pick, but that's okay.
The
It's
segment
fine.
hasn't ended yet. Them's the rules.
Okay. Listen, I don't want to fight.
I'll allow it.
I don't want to fight on a Freedom Friday.
I appreciate it.
Especially when I get a suspension coming up in 3 minutes.
You got to get out of here.
So, yeah.
Sick of your crap, brother.
Yeah, no.
Every
Who
day.
isn't?
Yeah. You know, we got to deal with this every day. So, we'll see you Monday, man.
I appreciate that, or apologize. One of the two. Bradford, do you have a courtesy selection?
I do. I'll keep it simple since it worked out so well for me on Thursday on the hardwood, but I'm shifting away from the NBA. Sorry, 636, not touching that. And instead, go down to Busch, where the Cardinals are 1.5-run underdogs against the Cubs in the series opener. However, no Jimmy Crooks in the lineup, no problem. I like the Cards to get off the snide tonight and be able to cover that deficit, if you will, plus 1.5 at minus 150. Give me the Redbirds to keep this one very, very tight.
I like it. Curb Stomp says, pulling for Stoltz and Bethport. Thank you, Curb Stomp.
He doesn't mean it.
I think he does.
I don't think he does it.
I think he's a great dude.
Well, I didn't say he wasn't a great dude.
Yeah, he indicated it. That was the indicator. All right.
Well, it must be a little suspect rooting for you.
Ouch. All right, I've been suspended for the rest of the show here.
Get out of here, you filthy animal.
Freedom Friday continues next with biggest question of the day here on 101 ESPN.
Be a part of the show. Text the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation text line at 314-399-9646 on 101 ESPN. WXOS, WXOS HD1 East St. Louis, 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane. I'm Carey Davis, joined by Bradford Bruns and Jamie Rivers. Anthony is off for the rest of the day, actually suspended. We got his ass up out of here, and we have the biggest question of the day. Bradford, take it off.
Carey, we spent a good portion of the early part of the show talking about Jimmy Crooks, obviously being promoted to the bigs. Not in the lineup this evening, but the Cardinals did shuffle it up a bit today, roster-wise. Nelson Velasquez also up. He's batting cleanup and playing DH tonight. But our question actually relates to somebody who's been having quite the offensive struggles in the last week or so. That would be Mason Wynn at shortstop. Now, had the rare defensive miscue in that finale, helping Milwaukee to sweep the series from the Redbirds on Wednesday afternoon. But in light of his offensive struggles this season, what are some of the positions on the baseball diamond that actually have the most forgiveness for offense when it's down, as long as that defense is elite?
I think shortstop and catcher. I think if you are a shortstop that plays gold glove caliber defense or gold glove defense, which Mason Wynn has done thus far in his career. He's won one, been a finalist multiple times. And so I think if you're not hitting at the level of, some of the better shortstops, I think it is forgiven if you're able to do so. I think as catcher as well, I think we talk about defense up the middle and how important that is. If you're the catcher, you're a part of every single pitch, obviously. Yeah. You and the pitcher. I talk about it in football. The quarterback and the center are the only two people to touch the ball on every single play, which means center-quarterback exchange has to be perfect because you're the only two people that are touching it on every single play. Same thing for a catcher and a pitcher. You're touching the ball or calling the game, and you have to be able to do that extremely well. If you're not blocking the plate, if you're not calling a great game, if you're not doing all of those things at an elite level or at a very good level, and you're struggling at the plate, then what the hell do we have you here for? So I think those two positions specifically, I would throw center fielder in there as well, but I think as a shortstop and as a catcher, I think if you're not hitting, now you can't have two or three of those guys not hitting, but if you got those two positions playing extremely well on the defensive side, I think you can deal with them not hitting at a high level. Yeah, I definitely would have leaned more toward center field, especially a decade or so ago. I think that first base kind of wiggles its way into the conversation at times too, but then again, you have a glut of guys, so you'd better be hitting and you'd better be well above average in today's game as well. And Jamie, I know it's not apples to apples here necessarily, but fielding the question of, in baseball specifically, where can you be, positionally speaking, elite if maybe the defense is kind of lagging or vice versa? If you shift it over to the ice, and I know role definition is completely different in a lot of different respects, but if you are not necessarily producing the big time offensive numbers as far as where you are on any given line or even defensive core there, what are some of the aspects or attributes that are valued if the offense is lagging in that way?
Well, obviously the defense, right? You look back at the Stanley Cup run for the Blues. Yeah. Let's talk about Jay Bouwmeester and Colton Prieto. Neither guy was offensively elite at all, but they were the best shutdown tandem in the playoffs. So they defended against the other team's top players. Ryan O'Reilly, he got his points, but he's not an elite scorer. And he certainly wasn't for the Blues, and he isn't now. Yet you relied upon him for all the matchups. How about the fourth line for the Blues, which became the ultimate trump card because you were starting your games against the other team's top line with your fourth line. So what? Nothing. You didn't like my trump card? Well, they didn't give him out. No, it was before that. You're right. You're right. Those things didn't come out. I don't think. I'm sure you had something. They never got them. Or was it the phone? I don't know. I can't keep up with this.
Well done. We'll leave it at that.
I'm kind of lost. There's so many things that we could get into with that. There's a lot.
They paid for it, but they never got it.
It's Freedom Friday.
It is Freedom Friday.
It is.
Although you'd never know it anymore these days. It used to be freedom of speech, and now if you say one thing or the other, one side hates your guts. So I ain't in for that. But I am saying that the defensive side of the game is where you can make up for it. Look at the Vegas Golden Knights right now. Yes, Mitch Marner's leading the playoffs in scoring, but when they won the Cup a couple of years ago, they won it on solid team defense and physicality.
Sure. Let's keep taking some of those baseball-related thoughts on this Freedom Friday and fold them in to the biggest question of the day or expand that. Yesterday, guys, we talked about Lars Nootbaar. We think his return to the Cardinals lineup is going to be imminent. He's still in the midst of that rehab assignment right now at AA Springfield. Over-under. Speaking of defense, it would seem in left field moving forward. Will Lars Nootbaar suit up for 60 games this season, all told, for St. Louis?
How many games have they played? They're about 50 games right now?
Mm-hmm.
He'll play 60. Yeah, he will.
Unless you're that guy who thinks the other shoe is going to drop. We talked about the injury.
But even that, he's still got lots. Even if he plays 25, 30 games, has a little injury, he can still get another 30.
60 games.
This is from the people. They're questioning it.
Will he get 100 games in?
Nah, I don't think he'll get 100 games in.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. He might not make it back before 100 games are left, but 80 games, probably not. 60, I would say yes.
I think so too, yeah.
Talking about defense at the hot corner, it's been better this season in 26 from Nolan Gorman. No, not the perennial Gold Glove guy who was Nolan Arenado, of course. But the 618 asks, at what time do you think it's ready to, are you prepared to move on from the Nolan Gorman experience? And if so, what would you like to see in place of him?
See, I don't think the Cardinals are ready for that. I think if you're moving on from Nolan Gorman, it is because you have someone that you deem as an everyday third baseman, ready to play that position, take it over completely for him. We've talked about Blaze Jordan. I think a lot of people don't believe that he's ready just yet. Defensively, specifically, maybe hitting the ball at the plate, he's probably getting closer to being ready. But, in the field, probably not at the level that you need him to be at just yet. So what do you replace? What would be the rush for that? I think in order to move on from Nolan Gorman, especially this season, like we've talked a lot about this being a development year, and I know the team has done an outstanding job and has probably surpassed a lot of expectations, but I still think that the organization is using this as one of those years that it's house money. We're playing well, and we're not even at our full capacity in terms of what we expect to be here yet. So you are in a spot where you're still giving Nolan Gorman those opportunities every day versus right-handed pitching until someone is able to take his place completely. And I mean, not a guy that you have to platoon in and out because of left-handed pitching or right-handed pitching. You're playing this player every day. He's taking over that job, and you trust that person to not have to go back to Nolan Gorman. I don't think that they're at that place just yet.
Yeah, I agree 100% with everything you just said. We talked about Sid J.C. earlier. Like, there's nobody that's shoving him out. That's a different discussion. But same theory here is there's nobody that's taking Gorman's job right now. You're still wanting, in theory, if you had a Blaze Jordan or something, he's still not ready to come in full time. So then if you rush that process along, you end up in a similar, maybe worse situation than you have with Nolan Gorman. No sense worrying about Gorman right now. Plug him in against right-handed pitching. He's been better defensively than he has been in the past, so maybe that continues to improve. I mean, we crapped all over Jordan Walker for how many years in right field?
Oh, yeah.
And now he's finally showing that he can play solid defensively. Is he a plus defender, like full-time? I don't know about that, but I'm not terrified anymore. Out in right field, I'm fine, and he's got an absolute cannon for an arm.
Plus arm for sure.
Yeah, plus arm.
That goes without saying.
So, and he's got great speed. So, maybe Gorman can continue to improve that way until you have somebody that's going to be taking at-bats from Gorman, just taking them because they're so good. I don't see any reason to worry about it.
Well, obviously, it remains to be seen whether Nolan Gorman works his way ultimately into that core of sorts for the Cardinals. But we do know there's a young group, obviously, moving forward so far this season that has exceeded expectations. This one, guys, could have worked pretty well yesterday on Hot Take or Hot Garbage. Also from the 618, Cards make it back to that Fall Classic in the next 5 years.
Oh, wow. 5 years, huh?
5 years, maybe losing a season.
So that's such a tough question because even teams that are loaded up with talent don't make it. Like, look at the Padres. Like, they didn't high payroll, lots of talent, and so it's not automatic. I think a better way to look at it is, are the Cardinals in the discussion of being a contender, a perennial contender 4 or 5 years from now? Are they in the discussion of every year, like where we anoint them a playoff spot? Like, we know the Cardinals are going to win the Central, they'll be in the playoffs, and we'll see. We'll go from there. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably a better way to look at it.
5 years in the World Series. I'll say hot take. You know what?
But it also takes luck, too.
Yeah, you got to hit on some of these pitchers.
Hot streaks, cold streaks,
Some of these pitchers are going to have to be
Some would say you just hope to get into the party. Oh, wait, that was the previous regime.
So good, too.
No, you are being proactive now. It's a new era.
You got to get in. Just get in.
All right, we'll continue Freedom Friday here. Bradford's kind of buzz killed us a little bit with that one. But, more Freedom Friday. Get your texts in 314-399-9646. More coming at you next on 101 ESPN.
The Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke of genius. With hosts Anthony Stalter, Tim McKernan, and Scott Rizzuto. Check out the latest from the Spread Zone at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app. The Spread Zone is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more.
Well, if you're having those grad parties, it's that time of year, or just some get-togethers over the weekends, you got friends over, you got the kids, you got friends over playing, last thing you want to be dealing with is a bunch of insects, mosquitoes, ants, bees, rodents that are unwanted in your home. So pick up the phone and call Amco Ranger. They're by far the best in the business. I've used several other companies over the years, and nobody has handled pest control like Amco Ranger has at my house. Sat down with them the very first day. They talked about a plan for my yard and for my property, and they have executed it perfectly. I get text messages letting me know when they're going to be there. I get follow-up text messages with what they did that day and why they did it and what to look for and when they'll be back. If I have any questions, to call them. The customer service is absolutely fantastic, and the way they're taking care of all the pests and little critters around my house has been great. I highly, highly recommend them. They're servicing the entire St. Louis area, so wherever you are, they can get to you, and they will get to you. Give them a call. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number 636-441-2847. Again, that's 636-441-2847, or you can always visit AmcoRanger.com.
Don't slow down. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Bradford Bruns, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. While we're at it, we are going to need a new Beat the Streak contestant. So please hit that text line, 314-399-9646. Put the old BTS, and Bradford will pick somebody out, and we'll give you a call next segment. So again, Beat the Streak coming up next segment. Get your texts in now. And we will continue with Freedom Friday.
Gentlemen from the 636, I don't know if you saw this one, but Paige Beckers, reigning Rookie of the Year in the WNBA, her debut jersey just sold for almost $65,000. If money were no object, what's the jersey you need in your collection?
Ooh. That's a good one. That's really good. I mean, there's so many great players. There's so many great moments. I think what I'd be thinking of is the player in that moment in that jersey. Like, I get that jersey. So, like, was it Dwight Clark? The catch from Joe Montana at the end of the end zone. Like, I want that jersey that he caught the ball.
Oh, well, if that's the case, give me Michael Jordan on his last shot against Byron Russell.
But that changes it a little bit, right? Because otherwise you'd be like, oh, I want Michael Jordan. Or
Give me that jersey signed by him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take that one.
That's cool. So that's kind of where I'm at, too, is you try and think of these great plays that happen and the individuals. And I guess it could be any individual, but I guess you're trying to find a Hall of Fame caliber player that has a Hall of Fame moment. Like Mario Lemieux. For me, Mario Lemieux scoring that game-winning goal against Russia in the Canada Cup in 86 or 87, whatever it was an epic moment. And to be able to say, hey, here's the jersey. He scored that goal wearing this, and it's signed, hopefully personalized to little Carey Davis. Big hockey fan.
Big hockey fan.
Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, love Mario.
What about you, Bradford?
Well, you guys probably know the Bowl Championship in 2020. If I could get LeBron's jersey from when the Lakers hoisted it, right? No, I know you're joking. See, I can mess around.
He's not joking.
He's kind of joking.
He's kind of serious, too.
He's kind of serious. Like, if somebody has that jersey, Bradford will take it.
Sign him up. He'll take it.
Man, you could really go back through the archives into the back catalog. It was such a formative time for me. Honestly, Carey, when you were talking about the point at which, obviously, football took off here with the Rams after the arduous first few seasons, after you had the likes of a Chris Miller at quarterback, after you weathered so many sore spots in the first couple of years. It was a special time, to say the least, in 99, 2000. I remember attending the second game of that season, okay, after Kurt Warner had been installed as the quarterback after the Trent Green injury, and you still didn't know exactly what you had in that team. You basically laid waste to Baltimore in the opener, but then in St. Louis, taking care of the Falcons. And I remember at that time, shortly beforehand, I had a pretty serious orthopedic procedure. And I got to go down around the locker room area, met Kurt Warner, met Marshall Faulk, met DeMarco Farr, met Isaac Bruce, etc. And then later that season, the opportunity to go to that NFC title game to get the Rams, elevate them into the Super Bowl. Basically, if you were talking about any piece of apparel from that championship game or the Super Bowl from any of those guys, that would be most meaningful to me.
I can agree with that. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great team, great season.
Connection.
Yeah. I could see that. That is, I don't know. I would also... I'm thinking, I would probably, because every time I went to Pittsburgh, I didn't see it this time. They normally they changed the dang on airport around. I thought I was in a different city when I went to Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. But the Franco Harris statue of him, of the Immaculate Reception, to have that jersey framed, I think that would be, because that's an iconic moment in Steelers history. To have that framed somewhere, signed by, Franco, that would have been really, really cool as well.
How about, can I tempt you with this? What about, it's not a jersey, but you'll get what I'm saying inside. What if you had a shadow box of the boxing gloves that Muhammad Ali knocked George Foreman out?
Yes, like that as well.
Like George's blood still on the damn thing.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
It would be awesome. I think memorabilia, when you can get it, something of that, something historic like that, something that, lives the test of time, years, decades later, you're still talking about it. I think that's definitely something you would want. I think that's
key, right? I think that's why I brought it up. I didn't know it at the time.
It's a moment that 30, 40, 50 years people are still talking about.
But literally, people come to your home. Let's say it's in your man cave or in your living room, your office, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's a great jersey. No, that's not any jersey.
Yeah. That's the jersey.
And maybe you have a picture of the moment beside it, and then your kids, tell their kids, that jersey, those gloves, that stick, whatever it is a story.
Correct.
And you can talk about the whole game. If it's just a signed jersey, that's Michael Jordan's jersey. Oh, that's cool, man. That's really awesome. Yeah, he was a great player. Yeah. Okay.
Then that's it.
That's it. But if that's this, oh man, you should have seen this is where Jordan, he's fading away, hits the jump shot at the end. This is the jersey he was wearing.
Holding it.
You can YouTube the moment.
And that's the jersey he took off, and now you have it.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
I think that's cool. I think, to me, that would be the thing.
You could go down so many avenues with that one. You really could. This one is much more straightforward. Pretty simple. straight up from the 636. Hard or soft shell tacos?
It depends.
I'm craving those tonight. Either way.
It depends. It really depends. Like, I can go either way, but it depends on what I'm feeling in that moment. I don't think it's an either or for me.
It is for me. So, like the hard shell taco, I'm like, I could have chips and salsa. No, but hear me out, right? And it's fixed. So, like, whatever it is, like, if you overload it, it cracks, it falls apart. Mm-hmm. Where the soft taco.
But then it becomes chips and salsa. You get the chips and you get...
It's fine. It's 2 for 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But the soft taco, I can make that thing, overstuff it whole. I just... You guys ever had a quesadilla?
Yeah,
where they deep fry the taco, and then they have the little sauce, like I call it the au jus. I know that's not what it's called.
Well, what am I missing? I have not.
Okay,
I'm serious.
They
I am
slow
not.
cook meat, like all day type thing, and then they put it inside a tortilla, and then they deep fry it, and there's cheese and everything inside. And usually 2 or 3 in an order, and then they have like an au jus on the side.
The sauce that's been cooked all day with the meat.
But it's been cooked into, like, they drain it into a little cup.
Oh, I'm there.
And then you dip the taco in the sauce or whatever. And, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
sold,
buddy.
Sold.
I'd never had it, and I went to Wichita to visit Ashley's family.
Wichita,
depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Regional dialect.
Yeah, and her parents have a wonderful place. It's Felipe's. And they were bragging about this Mexican food. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, sure, I'm in. First of all, unbelievable margaritas to start. I was like, okay, they're already starting off on the right foot. And then I'd never had quesadilla. And Ashley and her brother-in-law, James, were like, oh, you got to have it. So they ordered it for me. It came, and I was like, oh, my God. Yeah. There are times, Carey, and I kid you not, you can fact check me. I've said to Ashley, how much are the flights to Wichita?
You just want to go get that.
I'll fly to Wichita, go have dinner at Felipe's, stay the night at her parents, then come back the next day. Yeah. It's been very close.
Trust me, quesadilla tacos are amazing.
So
you got to try it, Bradford. At some point, you got to take a test run on some quesadilla tacos. Next time you go to a Mexican restaurant.
It's going to be a long weekend. I am treating myself next Monday, guys. There you go. Mark it down.
Yeah, not all places have it, though. So you may have to do a little research. Make sure they have it on the menu.
I like my research. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You got to do that. I don't know what area of town you live in. Out in our direction, there's a couple of places that have it.
It's a trek, Jamie.
Yeah, you're an L guy, aren't you?
No. Go in the complete opposite direction.
South?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Washington?
Washington, Old Fair, Washington, Missouri. Oh, yeah? Uh-huh.
Is that where you're at?
That vicinity, yeah, Union, like 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, you have to do a little research.
Yeah.
On the internet, you just click and it brings you to things. The internet's really cool, Bradford.
I will take that.
He knows how the internet works, maybe.
He lives in Union.
Wow. So much for the ratings there in the Four Rivers Conference country, right? Let's do a little research on this one, guys, or at least a gut reaction, okay? Guys, I don't think it's ever too early, says the 636, to talk fantasy football. So, should Puka or Jackson Smith-Njigba be my first target at receiver this year?
I'm going Puka. I know he's had a hell of an offseason.
He may not be around every week.
He's had a hell of an offseason, and maybe not in the greatest way, but I can almost guarantee you're going to get 180 targets, close to it, 150 targets. So, yeah, man, you go with the guy. And I know that JSN is going to get a lot of targets as well, but they force feed their number one receiver in L.A. They're going to give whoever that number, when it was Cooper Kupp, he got 150 targets.
They damn near broke him.
Right. So whoever is the number one receiver for a Sean McVay offense is going to get a bunch of opportunities to catch a lot of passes. So I would go Puka every time.
I would agree. I would go when I'm picking a receiver. Not only am I picking the receiver, I'm also picking the quarterback. And I have more confidence in Stafford throwing the ball than our guy, Sammy Football.
Yeah.
And that is exactly why I don't know if this is a clear-cut decision or determination between JSN, as great as he is, or even Puka, as great as he is, because if you're talking about possible instability or inconsistency at quarterback. We need to see it again, obviously, from Sam Darnold. Matthew Stafford, for as great as he is, what happens if the back issues actually crop up again and he's forced to miss some time?
Yeah, you're supposed to have back issues last year, and it didn't seem to slow him down.
But in year one, if you want to hitch your wagon to Ty Simpson, be my guest. Entering the chat, I submit to you guys, in spite of what you may or may not have in Minnesota, did a lot of people forget about the new face of Under Armour, Justin Jefferson, being the guy, the dude? He's still right there for me.
Getting him the ball, Brad.
Okay.
That's where that's
when J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz
It's
happened to him.
It's Kyler. Kyler's doing it this year.
That's what he had before. And now Kyler. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
But how about in Cincinnati, if Joe Burrow can remain at the helm? Jamar Chase is my guy.
Jamar Chase. But we didn't have that as an option before, Bradford.
Expanding
if you're
the
going to give
field.
us two options, I mean, we can only pick
You gave us two options. Right.
Two options.
JSN
now
or
he's
Puka.
expanding the
Now
playbook.
you're giving us other people. That wasn't part of the game. It wasn't rules.
It's furthering the story.
We weren't expecting that.
I don't like when you do that.
I thought you liked curveballs.
I'm going to go to commercial.
Okay.
More to come here on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Now listen to 101 ESPN on demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Cardinals call up Crooks. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns, and this SportsCenter update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Shortly before 2 p.m. this afternoon, the Cardinals opting to recall Jimmy Crooks from Memphis, where he had hit 13 home runs so far this season. St. Louis also adding Nelson Velasquez, who will hit fourth in the lineup tonight against Cubs lefty Shota Imanaga in the series opener. Velasquez added to the 40-man roster. Meanwhile, Joel Pozo sent down to the Redbirds in the meantime. The same going for Cesar Prieto, the infielder. Also tonight downtown, we have UFL action between the Battlehawks and the Renegades. It's the regular season finale at the Dome. St. Louis with a victory can clinch a playoff game. This SportsCenter update has been brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
We're good, streaky!
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
It's the Fast Lane here, 101 ESPN. Bradford Bruns, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. It is time for Beat the Streak. Bradford, who we got today?
We actually have Justin weighing in with us for the very first time.
All right, Justin, how we doing, man? Justin, do we have you?
No, we don't hear Justin.
We've got technical difficulties. Bradford, did we lose Justin? Justin, are you there?
Justin was locked in.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. What happened, dude? Did you put us on mute?
Guess who's back, boys? No, I was just driving through the woods out in Forestdale.
Okay.
Okay. Lost you for a second.
Watch out for those deer. Okay,
Yeah,
be careful.
especially the one that
Turtles
just
out
left.
here, boys. Turtles.
Yeah, watch out for the sick ones. That's for sure. All right. Yeah, you know how this works, right, Justin?
Yeah, that is correct, sir.
All right, brother. Bradford, what's the order we're going in here?
Well, we have, let's see, Marshy, the only one with a real streak of which to speak at the moment. He's got 4, primarily by picking players from the opposing team. Jamie, you do have the 1, thanks to Ivan Herrera. And Carey Staltz will be starting all over again.
Okay. All right, so Marshy's first. Right?
Marshy's first.
Marshy, what did he send in? Was it Prieto?
Did he pick Prieto? I thought he picked Dansby Swanson.
Truly off the board.
Yeah.
He likes the opposing team.
All right, go for it.
He does.
Yeah, okay. Dansby Swanson it is for Andrew Marsh. Then it's me?
Yep.
Give me Velasquez. Double down on him.
All right.
First pitch, first swing, home run.
Whoa.
I'm mad at that.
I have no idea.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, then are you guys on
It's
0?
Justin. Yeah,
Justin, you're up then.
I'm going to go with J.J. Weatherholt to do something with his life today.
There you go. All right. I like it.
I will take Michael Busch.
Okay.
And then Anthony, he's a true fan of Victor Scott II. Loves that
loves
young
his
man.
speed.
Loves his speed. So he's going to take Victor Scott.
Okay.
Lefty on lefty.
Yep.
Bradford?
This guy's been getting a little bit of, I don't want to say mistreatment from me over the last couple of days, but we've identified that he has had his issues offensively. Having said that, against the lefty for the Cubs, against the guy who's been that dude on the rubber for Chicago this season, I like Mason Wynn in the 6th spot of the order to come through. He had a hit in his last AB in the Milwaukee series. He starts to get it back on track tonight.
All right. All right, well, there you have it. Justin, best of luck, buddy. I hope J.J. Weatherholt gets a knock for you. And if so, we'll be calling you again on Monday.
Appreciate it, Rib.
All right, man. Hey, have a great weekend, okay? He's back in the woods.
Yeah,
right.
He's out of there.
Turtles got him.
Yeah, no. He's avoiding the turtles. I can tell.
Okay.
Nice guy like that. All right, Bradford, we are back for Freedom Friday. What do we got?
A little bit of NBA talk. We'll mix it in because tomorrow night here on 101 ESPN at 7, we have a Game 7. That would be, yes, Oklahoma City and San Antonio. What a surge, especially Carey at the start of that second half last night. Give Victor and the Spurs their due. But tomorrow night, who's going to be the X factor for either team?
You know, and I was surprised. I didn't know Jalen Williams, J-Dub, was actually playing last night. I was surprised to see him out there.
Right.
He looked a little rusty, like a little struggling a little bit. But I'm going to go with Jay Williams.
Okay.
Jalen Williams. I think he's going to be the X factor. I know he struggled last night, first game back after missing a few. But he is, you know, an all-star. He has been one of their best players, second best player on that roster, on that team. I would go with J-Dub this Game 7 and say he's having probably an 18 to 20-point performance that puts the OKC Thunder over the top.
To me, this almost feels like a bit of a cheat because when you're talking about activating playoff Alex Caruso, I don't know if you can call him an X factor any longer. There were some people, even CD, going so far as to say a couple of games ago he had done enough to honestly warrant Western Conference Finals MVP talk. I'm not going that far. But if you're talking about trying to lock down the perimeter, actually, of that Spurs attack, that perimeter-oriented attack, and then basically leave Victor to his own devices, the biggest thing for me is going to be just how much can he handle, just how much can he put on those shoulders once again, because we saw, I mean, from the very beginning, the jump last night. And, Carey, I was honestly a little bit, I'm not going to say surprised, but I wanted to see how he would respond physically and mentally to an extremely off game number 5. From the opening tip tomorrow, you think that energy, you sense that the excitement's going to be up there in OKC, but I don't really know the way in which this game is going to start. Last night totally threw me.
I got to take my pick back, Bradford.
No.
J-Dub was ruled out 17 minutes ago for Game 7.
That's your fault, Carey.
He ain't going to play. Damn it, man. Yeah, I don't know then. Hell.
How much
SGA?
How much of the overall outcome does that really influence or maybe change?
That was part of the reason why I was surprised that he played last night. I figured you would wait, give him an extra day. If you finish it, if you're able to take care of business in Game 6, awesome. But if you needed to have him for Game 7, he would be ready to go a few more days of rest, not actually out there pushing it. And it just came across 17 minutes ago that he's not playing in Game 7.
So who are you guys picking?
I'm still going Thunder because I'm stubborn. Jamie, I don't know if you know that about me. Very, very stubborn. So give me OKC and give me SGA to have, one of those performances. He's going to have to. And Chet gotta bring it as well.
Going OKC as well. Unfortunately, from a fan's perspective, though, I think this one is a grind to the finish. I think you do see Oklahoma City get that steady succession of free throw attempts. But you know what? That's the way in which you conduct yourselves. So very good at it, so adept at it. I think Oklahoma City takes care of business. But to me, Carey, the picture then, as far as the NBA Finals, that particular series, that matchup is concerned, you have to wait now if you're the Knicks all the way until next Wednesday. That is game number 1. And for a team that has been predicated on being so crisp on the ball movement there, the Knicks, frankly, have looked more like the Thunder than the Thunder have themselves, if that makes sense, in this series. How does this one going 7 maybe dictate the way that series starts?
Well, if I'm the Knicks, it gives me more rest. I think, we talked about it, how much they were worn down the last few years with Tibbs and his style of play. I think this just gives them more rest. I know we often have the conversation rust versus rest. I would always take the rest as a team in the playoffs because, your body gets banged up and you're not going to be that rusty. It's not like you're taking 2 months off. You're taking 4, 5, 6 days off, which, again, gives your body the opportunity to recover and be at your full strength by the time the next series starts up. So if I'm the Knicks, I'm not frustrated by this at all. I'm happy that they're going to 7 because that, again, takes more out of those two teams. And then there's another potential for another injury. Obviously, J-Dub is out now, and so you already have that injury. A.J. Mitchell has been out. He's missed time.
Right.
The Thunder are banged up, and if you go another game and they happen to win this game and they get more banged up, it just gives you more of an opportunity to clinch the NBA Finals with less resistance because those guys have gone to war with one another, and the one that made it out, but they're a little banged up afterwards.
Do we think it matters? Like, everything I'm reading and hearing is everyone thinks that, and I'm not discrediting the Knicks. I mean, they got a really good team. They're in the final. But a lot of the mouthpieces that talk about the NBA are saying they had an easy road to the final and that basically the winner of the NBA is coming out of the West, like no matter what. Do you guys feel that way?
I initially felt that way, but again, I think if OKC does find a way, which, again, I think they're at home. They've earned the right to be, have Game 7 in their home. If they beat Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, they have done so much to get to that point. I'm almost leaning towards the Knicks because of how they play in their style and knowing that they're playing against a team that is as banged up as they are.
About it. That's why I'm asking you guys.
Well, look, we also thought that entering last year's NBA Finals, it would be a no contest between the Thunder and the Pacers. And what happened? That went to a Game 7, and a lot of people would contend that if not for the early injury to Tyrese Halliburton, maybe Indiana, against all odds, would have won the entire thing.
Yep.
If you have an Oklahoma City or San Antonio, New York matchup, to me, that's not nearly as lopsided on paper, however you want to categorize it, as last season's matchup was, okay? And now this has entered the equation. We're talking about extreme attrition. We're talking about health. We're talking about injuries. All of these things have heavily afflicted the Spurs and the Thunder, that is, to much more of a degree than what New York is contending with right now. The Knicks, largely healthy as you can be for this point of the season. And the dynamic, Jamie, has really shifted ever since early in the postseason when Mike Brown made that decision, that call to actually allow Karl Anthony Towns for long stretches, the big man, to be the hub of the offense for the Knicks. And that means your best guy. When you need Jalen Brunson, the clutch dude, other than SGA, probably the best in that department in the league, when you need him to take over down the stretch, third quarter, fourth quarter, he's more fresh to be able to do that. This will be a series no matter what. I don't care if it's San Antonio or if it's OKC.
Well, it'll be fun to find out anyways. It's been a lot better than anyone imagined, at least the way I looked at it. So good luck to the Spurs and the Thunder tonight. We'll get a winner, and they'll be playing the Knicks in short time. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. I can't believe it. We're already at that point of the show on the Freedom Friday. So we will be back with all sorts of things, criticisms, compliments. We'll wrap up the show at 3 stars. Coming up next here on 101 ESPN.
Sunday, Cardinals and Cubs. Pregame at 5:30. First pitch at 6:20. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN. Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane, 101 ESPN. It has been another incredible Freedom Friday. Honestly, we can't thank you guys enough for your participation, whether it was on the Air Comfort Service text line or whether it was on our 101 ESPN YouTube page, The Snake Pit. You guys were awesome. You came through, and I think we all had a really good time talking about a lot of different things here today. We wish you a great weekend. Hope everybody is safe, has fun. Hope the weather holds up. You guys got any fun plans for this weekend?
No, I'm hanging out with my mother, man. Just gonna chill with her. Barbecue tomorrow.
Nice.
Get some food on the grill. Not doing much, man. Just relaxing.
Nice.
Enjoying some time off. Not going anywhere.
Pretty much entrenched in this area, to be honest with you, but looking forward to early next week, my new cuisine. Obviously, that you guys have recommended to me. But yeah, I'll be in the house for quite a bit of Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday Night Baseball, the Cardinals getting that marquee attraction, that matchup against the Cubs. Let's see if it goes a bit better than the most recent appearances on Sunday nights. They have treated the Redbirds roughly.
Not great.
Gosh.
All right, criticisms and compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, guys, we want to salute, as always, the Snake Pit, the compliment streaming in at present, our old friend Splashback Deuce. Starting it off, thanks for another fun Freedom Friday, guys. Remember, Freedom Friday isn't free. It costs a very hefty fast lane fee. Too bad Anthony couldn't make it to the finish line. Curb Stomp. Weighing in again, a Freedom Friday banger, everybody. Tanisha, see you later, Snake Pit. Everybody, you guys have a great weekend. The vibes are strong. They're high on the text line and in the Snake Pit.
Love it. Love it. Again, we really appreciate your participation. You guys are awesome. Love having you guys a part of the show. It is time for 3 stars.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book. Now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
Let's go straight back to the listeners, the supporters, our friends, and our fans. Snake Pit, text line, everybody, thanks for making Freedom Friday for the month of May what it is.
Yes,
always appreciate that interaction. Star number 2 goes to somebody who's not exactly in the lineup tonight for Ollie Marmol in that series opener for the Cards against the Cubs. However, hoping to see more of him, a lot of him in the weeks to come. Congrats on making it back to the big show, Jimmy Crooks. And we are very interested to see how that catching situation evolves, guys. We've talked about it a lot so far today, but over the next couple of weeks, do you get more of the influx of starts behind the plate from Herrera, or maybe now it's Herrera splitting Carey with Crooks, and Pajes temporarily slides into that number 3 role, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's here for no reason, so we'll see
Ollie's
him at some
already
point.
said something. I read something earlier that he said he's going to keep Herrera catching McGreevy and Palante.
Okay.
And that the reps will be shared between Pajes and Crooks. So
Makes
looks
sense.
like he's Pajes a little out of the way, and he said Pajes is treated like a true pro.
Good.
And you know, one way or another, Jimmy Crooks is going to get his reps at DH. All right,
Oh, yeah.
so he is certainly going to be able to get those hacks. And star number 1 on this Friday, wrapping it up for the month of May. Jamie, we want to recognize you in particular because early in the show, you let us know, you let us in on your not so grand secret. You became a parent again, in a manner of speaking.
Yes.
Jamie taking on another, at least temporarily, in the household or
Doug the
outside.
deer.
Jamie and nature.
Yes.
Jamie and nature.
Yes.
Number 1.
Love me some nature and animals and all that stuff. What's one more, eh, Carey?
Nah, why not?
I don't think it's in the HOA bylaws. I think it'd be fine.
Might be.
They said you can't have more than 3 dogs. It's not a dog. Didn't say I can't have a deer, right?
Guys, we've got another quick one or two. We can get them in, I'm confident, before the finish line. So let's do it here in style. Let's do it. From the 314, have we heard anything else? Any updates from the worlds about Oscar Sundqvist? Apparently took a pretty major hit yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit of a knee-on-knee collision. I have not heard anything. Wishing him nothing but the best. He's an unrestricted free agent. I know he wanted to be back wearing the blue note. I think that was going to be a tough decision for Steiner and Army. And now with the injury, I just hope Oscar's fine, man. I mean, love that guy. St. Louis loves him, and he has really battled some injuries. So hopefully this is nothing serious.
And from the 314, with summer on deck, do you guys know how to swim, and how much do you like doing so?
I love swimming.
I swim too,
like a fish. Yeah.
Yeah, I love swimming. We got the pool at the house, the lake. I mean, you name it, I'm here for it. I love being by the pool, love being by the lake, love being by the ocean. I mean, yeah. Last name Rivers, I have no choice, you know?
Just makes sense.
just kind of goes together.
You got to be able to do it.
Yeah. What about you, Bradford?
It's been a minute for me. I mean, I'm not going to say I'd have trouble treading water, but hey, you know what? We don't have a lot of those opportunities out in, as you've said, Four Rivers Conference country, right? I have to get right. Get right.
Oh, man. All right. Once again, from Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Bradford Bruns, and our guy Anthony, who ditched us an hour ago, we thank you for your participation here with Freedom Friday. We will be back on Monday. Wishing all of you a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your loved ones. Enjoy each other. Enjoy some relaxation and maybe some quesadilla while you're at it.
Indeed.
Thanks again here from the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, and we will see you next week.
Get social with 101 ESPN. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads, Blue Sky, and YouTube at 101 ESPN.